Yeah.
Welcome back to the Better Than Sex Sports Podcast. Of course, you know I am the man on the street.
And this is your recovering Pharaoh King.
Oh, with the very white voice. It's Tim Dog
Right,
from Be
right.
More Careful.
And shout out to Orlando still doing things. You know, so may have the hot on to give the people them some respect because them do a good thing in the game. So that's why I have the hot on me.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. If this is your first time ever checking us out, this is how we always get down. My main man, Shada. How was your day, my brother?
Can't call it my youth. Just just sitting around here waiting for it thawing out and waiting for the sun to start shining on a regular again. And then we could go ahead and get it in good with some mangoes and some papaya. Man, I'm just excited for the spring. I'm just ready to go, man. I'm tired of this cold weather. I'm tired.
Yeah, I think everybody's tired of this cold weather, man. This is some of the craziest shit, man. It's damn near 80 degrees here the goddamn day. And last week was damn near about 25 to 30.
That's what Pharaoh's sick. That's what Pharaoh's sick.
Yeah, it's just crazy, man. But yeah, the weather's starting to change back the way it's supposed to be. And that's what I'm talking about. So you get those fruits, your mangoes and your pineapples and whatever else going down in that motherfucking jungle you got. You call a goddamn garden. You know, get it right. But man, Pharaoh King, man, how was your day, my brother?
Today has been a day of recovery, trying to come back with a 3-hour layover. Jet lag. Man, it did tear you up. I'd also like to send some healing energy out to my family, the home family out there in the West Coast. It's a bittersweet weekend. Got to meet some family, but under bitter circumstances. So hey, everybody picked the right team except for up in the corner there.
Yeah, we all know what's going to happen, but we're going to talk about it a little bit later. Before but you know how it goes, man. Yeah, but once again, man, sending condolences out to Jennifer and your family out there in California, man. I know how it is when you lose a sibling. It's not a good feeling, man. It's one of the worst feelings that you can ever go through, but you will get through it. It's going to take a while. Some days you're going to cry, but yeah, that person that you grew up with and that you can't call them, you can't see them anymore. So losing a sibling, I know that feeling as well. So condolences to your family again, my main man, Pharaoh King. Yes, my main man, Tim Dog, man, how was your day?
Man, my day was busy with me trying to get ready for the show. Got up.
Yeah.
I saw Alex making paper and Tremaine Kelly today. Shout out to you fellas. Y'all bitch asses better be listening. And that was it, man. I ate some leftovers and I'm trying to get ready for the show. And y'all know I'm handicapped, so I'm bending over about to pick up something on the floor. And then I had a bag of M&Ms. Half the bag fall out. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta scoop these bitches up, put them in another bag because they fell on the floor. Then I get to the room where I'm doing my show. All of a sudden, I drop them bitches again. So my day was cool all the way up until then. That shit ain't funny, Sean. You imagine picking up one at a time? One at a time.
This motherfucker, his hand's so fucked up, he can't even hold M&M's.
That's a damn
It's a damn shame, man.
That's a travesty. That's what that is. It's a travesty.
Oh, shit, man.
But I got those motherfuckers up, though. Hell yeah. One at a time.
That's what I'm talking about, too. I got you, my brother, man. You know, we're just joking with you, man. We just messing with you, man. I'm glad to hear that. That's the worst thing that could happen to you. Your M&M fell out. And you had a hard time picking them back up. So I'm glad that you're doing better. As for me, my brothers, man, my day went well. It's Wednesday, 2 more days before Friday. So, you know, I can't wait to Fridays. So it is what it is, man. You know, I kind of not sad, but my youngest grandson, his last game was tonight. But he going to the playoffs, so I catch him his playoffs game. So, you know, I wanted to see that. And then, you know, and then looking at some of my old, you know how Facebook bring up your memories and stuff like that. I saw a little post of my oldest grandson. He was, I think, about 3. And he drew something. It just a bunch of markings. And he told my daughter, said, this is a map back to Papa house. And it brought a tear to my eye because, you know, he's damn near 15 years old, You know, I don't want him to talk like he used to, but
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is.
That nostalgia.
Yeah, nostalgia. But fellas and everybody watching us, we got a great show for y'all tonight. Hope y'all be entertained like always. Oh, King, don't tell me. Oh, that Joe. I thought that was my cousin messing with you.
There you go, Joe. That's what I'm talking about.
Keep pushing.
That's all I do.
Right.
That's all I do.
Just keep signing on behaviors like that, Joe. Stop it. Don't start this early.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know, you already know what happened this weekend. And before we start the show, I want a quick answer. Not about the halftime, but about the Super Bowl. Pharaoh, what did you think of the Super Bowl?
It was kind of trash, to be honest with
you. That's all I need to hear right there. What about you there, Shada?
I thought it was trash too. The whole
that's all I need to hear right there. That's all I need to hear. I want to keep it short because we're gonna dive into it a little bit more. Yeah. Tim Dog, what you thought of the Super Bowl?
One man's trash is another man's treasure. It was all defense, and I like that. Field goals, whoever thought.
Hold on to it. Hold on to it because I'm like y'all, man. I'm gonna go to cosign. Except for Tim Dog, it was trash. I fell asleep. That's the first Super Bowl I ever fell asleep on. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But fellas, y'all already know what happened. We about to get into it. But the Seattle Seahawks are your 2025-2026 Super Bowl champions.
He'll become the third youngest head coach to win a Super Bowl. In the hands, Trevion Henderson trying to get to the sideline. Keeps going to the 29. And that will do it. Seattle reigns above them all in the NFL. The Seahawks, Super Bowl champions for the second time.
Pharaoh, I'm coming to you first, my brother. Did this Super Bowl win officially validate the Seahawks rebuild, or is it just the start of a potential dynasty?
That's
Isn't it the same thing?
Well, dynasty, I would say, is more like what Russell Wilson was there. And, they had those years where they...
That was no dynasty. That was the beginning of it. Just
they
thought about it.
That was a rebuild.
Damn, Pharaoh, I know you could. I didn't know you could talk in two different voices.
Hey, I got a third one. I got a third one myself. Hell,
I'm here to help. I'm here for everybody.
I don't think so because Sam Darnold, I don't think is the fixture for the team. He might have been a quarterback to get him there and win it. I don't think they're going to look to keep him as a long-term solution. So I would say just a rebuild phase.
Okay, then what about you there, Shada?
I'm with him. They still rebuilding. Super Bowl or not. This was like, in all my years on this planet watching the daggone NFL and the Super Bowl, I have never seen a week go by without seeing any hype about the Super Bowl all over the place. And the whole hype was about the halftime show. So that shows you how less of a star power we have in the Super Bowl to draw people to watch because of the game, not because of Bad Bunny. And
I think I'm glad you say that, man. I think we brought it up last week when I said that the week leading up to the Super Bowl, it seemed like it was dull. It had that energy like you used to have when the two teams that you want to see actually play. Not saying that those teams don't deserve to be in the Super Bowl because they did. It just seemed kind of days ago to me, Tim Dog. Your thoughts and answer the question as well. Is the start of a dynasty or are they still in the rebuilding phase?
I would say the start of a dynasty because Sam Darnold, he went from one team to another doing the same thing that he did in previous season. And that's when. And he may not got the shine because of the teams he's been on, but he's been a good quarterback. So I'm saying this is the beginning of a dynasty because he's young, the coach is young, the team is young.
Yeah.
So they already rebuilt. So now they just maintain it and keep going. And this is the beginning of a dynasty. Not the beginning of a rebuild.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that, Tim Dog and Pharaoh. I hear what Tim Dog was saying because that defense is one of the best defenses that we've seen in the Super Bowl era in a while, counting my Eagles and whoever, but the defense win championship.
Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, the Baltimore Ravens as well. That's what I'm saying. So defense
Yeah.
wins championship. So I see the angle that Tim Dog is taking when they're saying the rebuild. But Sam Darnold came in, for I think you brought it up last week. He took the Vikings to their best season ever, and they got rid of him. He now put back-to-back great seasons. So
coach of the year too.
Yeah, so is Tim Dog right saying that it's not a rebuild? It could be the start of a dynasty.
Like I said before, are they going to keep him? Are they going to give him the money? Are they going to have the salary cap? Are they going to get a better tight end? Because I don't think the tight end really played a part in this win. There's most of the receivers, the running back. The offensive line was a little shaky, but they held up.
Yeah.
But like you said, the defense definitely is what made the difference second half of the game. But we'll talk about the ins and outs later. But with that being said, no, I just think right now it's a rebuilding phase, kind of sort of what happened with Washington, except for they made it to the Super Bowl and won.
Won.
And I totally agree with you on that, Farrell, because everybody know I'm a big Eagles fan. And they were saying the same thing about the Eagles, the defense. How can we get back again there, Shotta? And of course, as you know, we didn't make it back there. So it's hard to say that it's the start of a dynasty because every year it's different. Unless you're talking about the goddamn Chiefs. Because the Chiefs, I think the Chiefs went 5 of the last 7 Super Bowl or something like that. So that's a dynasty. They kept going back. They kept beating when we thought that they couldn't go back. They found a way to go back. So after winning their first Super Bowl, Shotta, which is their second, but after winning that Super Bowl, it's kind of hard to say that, this is the start of a dynasty because getting back to the Super Bowl, as we know, some players, they get there their first year, their second year, and they never make it back. So rebuild, or you still agreeing with or disagreeing with what Tim Dawes saying about the dynasty, the start of a dynasty?
They don't have what it takes to build a dynasty right now because they're not going to be able to pay all those players next year. Their salary cap, if you look at their salary cap, they freaking don't have no money because they went out. And like I said, they went ahead and invested heavy in this team and this head coach. It took a risk with this head coach.
Yeah.
So when you really think about it, I have to take a little dribble from Farrell. Like, this is what you call 2 head coaches coming into the NFL and happen to land at the right time while all these other teams are struggling.
Yeah.
And for me, you could tell just by the coaching that there weren't much adjustments that was being made. It was just like, okay, let's keep pushing, tug of war. Let's see who wins, and I'm going to keep going with this thing until I see what happens. It's the Super Bowl. You don't have it tomorrow. So I was really disappointed in that.
Yeah. And Tim Dawes, you heard what the brothers say. So what do you disagree or do you agree with some of the things that they're saying?
No, I agree with what they're saying, but Shotta made a point in saying that they don't have all of the ingredients, but they do. I mean, no one thought that the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes in the first Super Bowl that he won, they were going to win, but they did, and I think it was Philly that they beat. So, I mean,
can I ask you this? Can I ask you this? Can I ask you this? I think what Shotta was saying is that when you start a dynasty, it's hard to keep the same players. You know what I'm saying?
Because of the salary cap. Yeah.
With the Chiefs, I think Patrick, the way that they structured his contract, I think 10 years, $500 million, but it made it friendly, just like with the Patriots back in the day. Tom Brady would take less money to keep the key players around. And I think that's what I'm not putting words in his mouth, but I think that's what Shotta is saying. The start of a dynasty,
right on the head.
You got to keep all those players around dealing with the salary cap. Go ahead, my brother. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, and it's true. But at the same time, you got to look at the team. No one's really in any kind of contract dispute except for the quarterback. And that's only because he signed a 1-year deal with them when he first got there.
That's true.
So, I mean, anything can happen. He could say, okay, I want to extend my contract, but, I want to make a certain amount of money. Yeah, he could structure it where, it's best for the team so they can keep winning. but we won't know until
Exactly.
when is it, March? I think when the deadline for the
Right.
salary cap. Yeah. So
But to that very point, though, you got to remember also this is the one season no one has ever seen so many head coaches come into the league. You
Yeah.
never know.
yeah,
One of these head
Yeah.
coaches and one of these they could go ahead and strike it hot and have all the right players with the right attitude to take them out. So
yeah,
this is a very difficult year going into for the NFL because there's going to be so much changes all around the league. Like it's going to
right.
affect each conference, in a different way.
Yeah. Before we go to the next question, I just want a quick take on I think it's McDonald's their head coach. Pharaoh, your coach is a defensive mind coach, and he does call defense sometime, even though y'all got a defensive coordinator. How impressed are you by seeing him calling the defense and being the head coach at the same time for them to win the Super Bowl?
I was thoroughly impressed because he kept the game plan. He didn't alter the game plan, which a lot of coaches do. The first half didn't go that well, but over time, as the game went on in the second half, those calls actually worked. Because they was a smaller, faster defensive line that they probably faced in their division. So, and it made Drake May look like a rookie quarterback or a second-year quarterback or whatever
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was.
yeah. Second
So,
year. What about you,
yeah,
Second
Sean?
because
year.
I was looking
I
at
think
listening to some of the reels in the defensive backs with number 20, I think it was. I forget his name. On 20 or 29 or whatever. But
Boutte?
he was
Is
saying,
that Boutte?
was that?
Rodriguez.
It
Is
was
it,
one of those guys. All I
I-
know is he was saying that he said, watch his foot. When he steps, he's thinking. And next thing you know, he missed the one pick, but he ended up getting the second one.
yeah, yeah.
So they was watching him on the sideline of how he was throwing that ball because he started getting happy feet.
I got you. Same thought. Same question to you, Shada. How impressed are you with McDonald's being the head coach and calling the defense at the same time? How impressed were you with the way that he called the Super
If we're looking
Bowl
at
and all year?
if we're looking at the Super Bowl game in and of itself, and yes, the year he happens to have the right team and the right scheme together to go ahead and go out there and shock people because the NFL is a very finicky league.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It depends on who you have. You might not like a coach
Copycat.
or this, that, and the other, but just because they move the pieces on the chessboard differently, and you don't have the answer. So in one breath, I will say I was impressed if you look at the game in its totality and as a game itself. But at the same time, it still comes back to where Pharaoh said, is this just like we defenses other teams didn't have time to prepare for his coaching style and it took them all the way there? Or next year is going to really show us what
he's made of.
he's made of.
Mm-hmm.
Right
Yeah.
now, yeah, if you look at it through a lens, yeah, he looks like he's checking all the boxes, but at the same time, this is his first year. How is he going to do in the second year and that sophomore year?
Yeah, yeah. And Tim Dog, I know y'all kicking
Yeah.
yourself. I think he came from Baltimore. I think he got a start in Baltimore. I think started out. I think they said he wanted to be an engineer or something. No, finance. He wanted to go in finance. Then he got the internship with Baltimore, and now he's a Super Bowl winning head coach. So Tim Dog, same question to you. How impressed were you by him calling the defense for the Super Bowl winning team?
I mean, very impressed. You think of all the coaches who've done something like that and won. Andy Reid being one. So, and it's hard enough worrying about all the offensive plays, but you calling the defensive plays as well. So that makes it even doubly hard because you got to multitask and worry about what's going to happen, what you need to do, as well as on the defense. I was thoroughly impressed.
Yeah.
I was. Because not too many coaches can do that. Whether it be offense, defense, special teams, they can't do two schemes at once.
Yeah, it's very hard. And, you brought up Andy Reid. Andy Reid is an offensive mind coach, even though they had Eric Bieniemy, but they worked together tag team with this guy. I don't know if they had a alternate defensive coordinator or not. But only thing I heard all year is that he was calling the plays. I see you, Shada. What you got to say?
So, yes, I could see giving him some credit, but you also got to realize Mike Vrabel cannot make adjustments at all.
All right, hold that thought. I want you to hold that thought when we talk about how bad.
I'm just saying, giving props to the defense. Also, you got to also look at the other team. You know what I'm saying? It's a chess game that's going on out there. And sometimes some people go out there look like they just need to lay their queen down because they don't know what to do next.
Exactly. Last week we talked about JSN, and JSN didn't do as well as we thought he would do. He got injured a little bit. Pharaoh, my question to you is, how big was Kenneth Walker III performance in changing the narrative around the running backs don't matter?
Well, you know that, like when our boy came to the Eagles last season, you know that
exactly.
Yeah, running backs make a big difference. That's why it's called football. It ain't pass ball. So you know what I mean? I don't understand why people get away from the basic of the game. You know, to me, it's a beautiful thing. I'd rather watch somebody get handed the ball, take it 20, 30, 40 yards, or even to the house, better than somebody throwing a Hail Mary and it lands perfectly. Yes, that's still a skill. Not taking nothing away from it. But you had to go through 22 people, 21, not including yourself, to get to the end zone. I think that's impressive. And he did a hell of a job.
Yeah, and with that being said, Shada, the way that he ran the ball, because they were even talking about it during I can't stand Chris Collinsworth calling
right.
the game.
I was so angry when I heard it.
You got me with that too, bro.
I think you all agree with that. But the way that he was waiting, though, it's like he was waiting. He was like standing damn near still. It didn't
Le'Veon Bell the second.
Yeah, exactly. So same question, Shada. How big was Kenneth Walker III performance in changing the narratives around running backs don't matter?
Well, I think basically is what we exactly talked about last week. I think they were hyper focused on JSN.
Yeah,
that it didn't shore up the run stopping game because they shut JSN down. It's just that they couldn't stop that dude running in the backfield. And the thing is, I think the thing that made Kenneth Walker so dangerous as a running back is he has a little Barry Sanders. He likes to make his move in the hole. He don't like to go outside. He likes to go in the hole and meet you head up and see if you're fast enough to stop him. That's what makes him dangerous because half of the time, like you said, when he was coming out of the backfield, he might as well have been walking until he hit that line.
He was patient.
Do some chivvy, and you see that going linebackers flying off to the left and right. So yeah, he made it. I think the only reason Seattle won is because of his run game. That's the only reason they won.
Yeah, Tim Dawg. Like I said, I think we all saying the same thing, Tim Dawg, because watching that brother play, and was he a rookie? Is he a rookie?
No, but he's only been in the league a couple years though. I had him last year on my fantasy.
I'm just making sure, man, because the way that because you usually don't see that type of vision from a young running back, Tim Dawg. And this guy, the way that he was just picking his points. I think I saw one play, man. He was like standing behind the line, and even when they showed in slow motion, it was like, man, it looked like he's walking through the damn line.
Yeah,
he walked it, boom, and then he hit the hole. So same question about how big was, and then with that, Sam Darnold, when they started out the game, they had to basically be on Kenneth back because he was the focal point. They wasn't passing the ball down the field. They, even though they only got 9 points when they got in the red zone the first 3 times they got down there, but it was him that got him down there. So how big was Kenneth Walker III performance in changing the narrative around the running back don't matter?
Whoever said that, they were drunk, high, or just plain old stupid. Because that young man, he was very patient with his offensive line. He waited for them to give him a hole. And he was very decisive. Like Shada said, he went up in there, see it, pew, he going through there. You either gonna try to arm tackle him, which is not gonna happen, or you take his legs, which rarely happens. And that young man, he has the patience of a veteran, but the speed of a rookie, a neophyte.
Yeah,
I love this game because it wasn't all about the flash and the speed. And when he cutting them holes, and you thinking he going left, and all of a sudden he go right or straight. The young man was quick with his moves, and I like that.
Thank you for that, Joe. Joe said he played under Mel Tucker at Michigan State. He played in the league. He been in the league 2 or 3 years. Go ahead, Shada.
And another thing you got to remember about running backs: a running back that gets injured and comes back from the injury that he came back from, and to run as hard and as elusive as he is, he's a very confident running back. I think he's going to be a problem.
And I think that he wasn't the starting running back. I believe that the starting running back got hurt, and he came in because the starting running back was on the sideline. I don't know his name. Oh shit, here he come King.
No,
here he come King.
You talk about
he needs some orange juice.
Yeah.
Chardonnay, yeah.
Chardonnay's his backup. That's his backup.
I thought Chardonnay was starting.
Kenneth is a starter. Charbonnay's the second, and Juliana was the third string.
Okay. Oh, thank you for correcting me on that. I'm gonna give myself the. Hold on. Where is it at? I give myself the. Where is it at? I'm giving myself.
Nigga, you crazy?
I only know that because I had him on my fantasy though.
I got you, my brother. Hey, my bad. Here it is. I'm shouting.
Orange Juice Jones.
Of course, my man won the MVP, but.
Yeah.
What's the defense, the real MVP of the game?
Oh.
Nah, I can't take that away from Kenneth Walker, man.
Okay.
I can't. I just can't. I mean, to think. I mean, a couple weeks ago we were talking about field goals being kicked.
Yeah.
And if that's going to be sustainable. Here it is, and we're talking about take the points. And the coach made the right choice. He went ahead and took those points, because if he didn't do that and they didn't score, it would have been a different game.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think that he heard a lot of people like us that's on here like, man, run the ball and kick the field goal. When you have a chance to get points, period.
Yeah.
And be done with it.
And be done with it.
I think that's the difference between the two teams, other than variable sucks at adjustments.
Yeah. Variable sucks at adjustment. But Pharaoh, I think they had about 6 sacks. I think they almost set a Super Bowl record or something like that. Forced old boy into 2 fumbles, 1 fumble. It wasn't a fumble, 1 interception. My man ran it back for a pick. So the defense played lights out. They get no momentum on their side of the ball. I'm talking about the Patriots. So was Seattle defense the real MVP of the game? Not taking anything from Kenneth Walker III now. We're not taking anything from him. But the way that the defense played, man, the whole defense could have been the MVP of the Super Bowl. Your thoughts?
Right. I believe with the running of Walker and controlling the clock, it made them have to play catch up. So I would say no.
Okay.
I would say no. Leave it at Walker. Walker got it. He's well deserved, and he made a difference in the game. He made a difference. The defense played their game. He made a difference for the game.
Yeah, I agree with you what you just said, Pharaoh. And Tim Dog, same question to you. Was the defense the MVP? But like I said, taking nothing from Walker, because Sam down on the offense, they wasn't moving. Like they say, the Patriots did have a little game plan for JSN, and it worked because he only had a few catches. And what's the other dude that came from
Cooper Kupp?
Cooper Kupp.
Yeah. He just came out of nowhere on that game.
Yeah. So Kenneth Walker was that focal point that they had to lean on to get down there to kick those field goals. But that defense, oh man, like you said earlier, on Pharaoh, they had old boy with the happy feet. You know what?
He was out there on skates, boy.
So, could the defense have been the MVP of this game?
Could have been, but not really realistically, because actually both teams' defense did well. But they couldn't stop Walker. 135 yards rushing, and he had 27 receiving. So, I mean, he did his job and then some. So he did have the ball.
He did have that drop that was hit him in his hands.
Yeah, that was a drop, but he didn't fumble it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. All right, fellas, we're gonna do a quick round robin here because we got to get to the goddamn Minnesota. I mean, not about to say Minnesota. We got to get to the goddamn New England Patriots. Coming to you first here, Tim Dog. Here we go. What did the Seahawks do schematically that completely threw New England off rhythm?
Blocking for the run. I mean, they did everything on their defense to stop JSN, but they couldn't stop the run, especially in the second half. The first half, they did a decent job, but that second half, that's when he really did his damage. Okay, then. I hear what you're saying. Pharaoh King, does this win put Seattle back in the conversation as the NFC team to beat next season?
No, because they're going to have a healthy San Francisco
A healthy Philly.
Yeah, they're gonna have they're gonna have a healthy San Francisco they have to compete with.
Mhm.
They're gonna have Arizona right now. Well, they're in disarray, but in LA, unless something happens with Matthew Stafford, they still got They got two other teams they got to worry about next season. And if it wasn't for them being hurt and Stafford not doing his job against the Seahawks, they could have been very well got beat by the Rams. So
yeah, I'm glad you said that. And them not taking the damn points when they should have took the points. I'm talking Rams. And
Right.
Sean, you brought that up earlier. Take the goddamn points, you down there, and this could have been a different situation. I totally agree with you with that, Pharaoh. My main man, Shada. How much credit goes to coaching versus raw talent on this championship run?
Man, let me tell you about this coaching situation. You heard me? Let me tell you about this whole coaching situation. Now, I spent a very a good substance of time last week talking about this hybrid defense, right? That they play. You can't play a hybrid defense if your linebackers can't cover.
That's true.
Yo, Robert Spillane is late on everything. He started the second half. The Seattle Seahawks came out and played the exact same plays they played in the first half. The Patriots could not adjust. Number one is their whole left side is suspect because the right side of the offensive line is doing such a good job that then when they get pushed back, they're trying to cover for the left side.
Yeah.
So Drake May can't roll out the way he wants to because he got somebody breathing down his neck every single time he hikes the ball. And then when he rolls that way, guess what? All you're going to do, all the daggone cornerbacks and the daggone safeties got to do is play a zone on that side of the field because he's not going to throw across his body.
Yeah.
Mike Vrabel is horrible at making coaching adjustments as a whole on the team. He can't make adjustments. He needs to get some better offensive and defensive coordinators. It ain't working.
I hear that. And I just need a quick round robin on this question right here, fellas. Coming back to you, Tim Dog. A quick answer. What's the biggest concern for the Seattle going forward, despite winning it all?
Farrell brought it up. More competition in the division come next season when everybody's healthy.
Okay, what about you, Farrell?
Salary cap space. Re-signing Sam Darnold if they decide to do it. Keeping the same core defense because they got a couple rookies that's up and coming. Yeah. Can they keep them happy? Beating those two teams we talked about earlier, the Rams and in what you call it? In the West. Out west, San Francisco.
49ers.
Yeah, out west. So I think those are obstacles I see right now.
Okay, what about you, Shada? Same question. What's the biggest concern for Seattle going forward, despite winning it all?
Can they run that same defense with effectively next year with the team's new additions and so on and so forth? If that defense could dominate like they did this year, it's always going to give Seattle a chance in the game. But like I said, it's going to be a difficult year because there's so many changes, not just on one or two teams, all across the board in the NFL. So it's going to be an interesting season next year.
Yeah. And I'm just going to throw this in a quick answer. Do y'all like the way that DeMarcus Lawrence shot at Dallas Cowboys by winning the Super Bowl when they say that they thought that he wasn't going to win the Super Bowl with the Seattle Seahawks? Is that the biggest? Is that the biggest I told you so ever in sports history? Pharaoh King, your thoughts?
No, it's the second biggest because DeMarcus Ware did the same shit.
Oh yeah, he
I was about to say that he took it from me.
Yeah. DeMarcus Ware was like, "Yo, I'm out of here." They gave him hell and everything. Got to Denver. They brought over old boy Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Yeah. What about you?
Dallas?
I mean, what are you going to say? Michael Parsons is talking shit at the Pro Bowl, a flag football Pro Bowl at that, in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
While my man is playing for a Super Bowl ring. So talk shit if you want to.
And both of them not on the team they shot at, because I think when Michael Parsons made that comment, he basically still on the team saying that you're not going to win. But then my man win. I think he told him, say, if you had one more game instead of podcasting, I still would have been in Dallas. I think that's I'm paraphrasing that. But same thing.
He wanted to get out of Dallas.
Yeah.
Listen,
Is that the shot? Is that the biggest I told you so? Besides the DeMarcus Ware one, the Dallas Cowboys fan, I'm going to Seattle. I'm going to win a championship. Is that the
you
biggest?
damn right it is. All that trash they talked about that man when he left. Talking about he wasn't there going this and he this and then he that. I'm telling you like this right now. If I was DeMarcus Ware, I would have daggone ran off the field and peed on the Cowboys jersey.
I got that. Still lives in Dallas. This family still lives in Dallas, man. So we're not going to appeal on that. What about you? Is that the biggest? I told you so. I'm going to win the championship after I leave Dallas, and now Dallas feel like they got egg on their face.
No, it's probably the same thing I would say with Marsha Brady when he left New England and went to Tampa Bay. People say he couldn't do it, and he wanted the next season.
I will shut this show down. Don't disrespect that man like that.
Oh, I forgot you sensitive, Ralph Tresvant.
It's not about that. The fact of the matter, the man is the greatest. Period. There's nobody.
Yeah, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. Shut up.
Hey, shut up.
Yeah, that's your opinion.
All I gotta say is, who else got more Super Bowls?
It ain't about that. You can have more Super Bowl players got more Super Bowls than him that will play the day in the game. So
we're gonna leave it at that, man. Because we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
Marsha.
I'm gonna move on, and I'm coming back to you, Tim Dahl. We're gonna move on to the New England side. What was the single biggest mistake the Patriots made that cost them the game?
Trying to keep up with Seattle in passing, trying to do too much instead of just them playing their game, the running game. The quarterback had the most running yards for the whole team, and that's 37.
Damn,
that's crazy.
Yep.
So,
yeah. What about you, Farrell, man? What was the biggest mistake that the Patriots made that cost them the game?
Hiring Mike Vrabel.
Damn. Damn, you y'all don't like Vrabel, do y'all?
Boy, he ran like the
Hiring Mike Vrabel. Thinking Mike Vrabel was going to bring back some glory to a team that Stephon Diggs is another problem, you know. He didn't show up. Where the fuck was he? Oh, it was too busy sneaking women in this room because they lost. That's what's wrong with it.
I ain't gonna say that.
He had 37 yards receiving.
We're gonna say allegedly. We don't know. Allegedly.
That's what the newspapers put out.
I'll say allegedly. We don't have that type of
conspiracy. That's a distraction.
I'm gonna say allegedly because we don't have the money that the newspaper have, and he have to see something like this, then he want to sue us. We don't have that type of money. Shit. We're gonna say allegedly.
You're right. Allegedly, they put out.
Exactly. What was the single biggest mistake the Patriots made that cost them the game?
Number one, having a linebacker that's not 100%, and number
two,
they never to make adjustments. Period.
Yeah.
They came into the game already limping. I mean, May was already suffering with something with a shoulder. Then you have two players that's never played in any high pressure situations on the left side protecting him. So you were already starting the game with that going behind the power curve, and you're not going to go ahead and try to get Drake May to release that ball faster. You don't have no hot routes, nothing.
Yeah,
nothing.
It was a hot route, all right. It was a hot route for the linebackers.
The Seattle Seahawks defense was keying in on Drake May the way he was delivering the ball. Yeah. He was unsettled the second half, so that's why they was getting to him the way he was, because he wasn't sure what he wanted to do with the ball.
And I'm glad you say that, because this is my next question to you. Were there misreads or misthrows that changed the momentum of the game because he had the happy feet?
Absolutely. There's a couple routes, especially there was one that was up the seam, but because our boy came off the corner and I had him running for his life, he missed that read because he was already, trying to get away from somebody when he could have just let it go and then, take a hit. But that joker took off, man. It missed the read. Yeah.
And Shouter, like my man Knight said, their offense was trash all playoffs, poor coaching. So what's their offense? Because I think they did say that. I think that he had the most fumbles throughout the whole playoffs. So do you agree with what Mr. Knight, Mr. Ken Knight say? their offense was trash all playoffs. Poor coach. Well, you already say poor coaching.
The numbers already support that theory. There's no reason to question that. Now, my whole thing is, I mean, if you got to remember, the NFL has these areas where certain teams are going to thrive because they understand the game and they've been in the game for a minute. Yeah. Now, the thing is, this worked against the Patriots on Sunday because Vrabel being there and winning a daggone ring, 2 rings with them, and being a part of culture. And then you have your offensive coordinator who left, and when it took a head coaching job, got fired, and came right back.
Yeah,
he's still running plays off of what he did when Brady was there. It's a different game.
Yeah.
They need something to change because he cannot, obviously, his offense cannot keep up with these daggone new coaches. So he needs to go ahead, go back to school and learn how to do daggone division this way so he could daggone keep up because they look like they were slow as hell at everything.
Yeah, and just like Joe just said, Tim Dawg, I'm gonna read what Joe said, then I'm gonna go in my question because I wrote my question down. Y'all gonna answer my goddamn question. Joe said the Patriots just got overwhelmed on the biggest stage that was their worst performance out of the whole season. But this is my question because Joe was on the same lane that I was on, Tim Dawg. Did New England ask too much or not enough of Drake May in the Super Bowl?
I would say too much. He's a young quarterback, and I'll be telling people experience counts. Yeah, his numbers during the regular season were stellar, and as far as quarterbacks go. But when you're in the Super Bowl, it's a different kind of pressure, and that defense put a lot of pressure on him. So he was getting a happy feet because he got tired of being picked up off the ground. And Chris Collinsworth said something. It was the fourth quarter with 3 minutes left, and they got a holding penalty.
And Chris Collinsworth should be holding all game.
Yeah. That was funny as hell. He's like, "Where was that all day? Come on."
Yeah.
But that just goes to show that that left side, like Shada was saying, with those 2 rookies up there, they couldn't handle the pressure.
Yeah, like my man Knight say, Mike McDaniel's over. But Farrell, the same question to you, man. Did they ask too much of Drake May, or didn't ask? And the reason why I asked that because, as you could tell, as the last couple of minutes, but they was hurrying up the ball, he did throw some bad passes. And I always told you, the middle of the field is always open. They're trying to do a scheme instead of trying to do them short routes. Get what you could get instead of trying to force it down Seattle's great defense throat. And as we can see, that's why for me, that's why they lost. So did they ask too much of Drake May, or they didn't ask enough? Your thoughts?
I wouldn't say they asked too much. I would say they just wanted him to play a certain game, but the play calling was trash. With that being said, what you expect a second-year quarterback to do? Joe Burrow was probably one of the only quarterbacks that was pretty poised in the Super Bowl loss that he was in.
Yeah, but he went against we already gonna put him in the Hall of Fame. He went up against a better quarterback.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying he performed. At least he performed.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying he just went up against a better quarterback. I'm not saying Sam Darnold.
No, he went out a better team. He went up against a better team.
Thank you.
Right. And so we asking Drake May, who we don't know any back. Who's the backup to Drake May?
Me? They called me, man. Y'all ain't saw me. I was in the blue tent. I was in the blue tent, man. The Super Bowl, I was over there.
Right. So how can you ask too much from somebody when he's the only one you got? So
oh my goodness.
I think a lot of the times, a lot of plays was. I know we was all over here head scratching, and we're not NFL coaches. I get it.
Yeah.
We don't have the playbooks. We don't have whatever the case is. But sometimes fundamental football is lost in these games instead of them just going out there playing.
Yeah. You hit the nail right on the head because the same thing. Yeah,
Joshua Dobbs.
Josh Dobbs in the league. Goddamn.
Yeah. He's Drake May's backup.
He was in Arizona last year.
No, early this year.
Yeah, okay. Then thank you for that, Tim Dawg.
That's the case. They need to put him at the starter.
Yeah,
right now. He's been a starter there before, if I'm not mistaken.
I think we be saying a different story. Yeah, the 2 things that why the Patriots got to the Super Bowl, in my opinion, Shotta. The snow, and of course, my man Bo Nix getting hurt. If Bo Nix was a healthy quarterback, I don't think we would having this conversation. How bad for me? Drake May, like you say, Farrell, he played like a second-year quarterback in that Super Bowl, or that defense in Seattle make him look like a second-string quarterback. Go ahead, Farrell. You shot him.
Buffalo Bills. It's the Buffalo Bills' fault that they made it to the Super Bowl.
Oh, because Josh Allen didn't show up to the fourth quarter, but it was too late then.
Well, what did you expect? We knew that. We said that was going to happen.
I thought Buffalo lost. No, Buffalo lost to Denver.
No, what I'm saying is regular season.
Oh, I see what you say. Okay. All
regular season, they supposed to tear their ass up, and they out there playing around with them.
I got you. Same question, Shada. Thank you for bringing me that up, Farrell. I'm gonna give myself the
nigga, is you crazy?
Yeah, I'm gonna give myself that again. It's a new Shada, man. Did Drake May? Did New England ask too much or not enough of Drake May in the Super Bowl?
They asked for way too much from him. Because number one, if you watch football and understand football and the psychology of football, you got to know that Drake May had a very easy road to the Super Bowl compared to the other teams he was facing. You're talking about, okay, the Cardinals are not really out there in the West doing much, but at least they make it challenging. They hit. You're gonna have to struggle through some games.
Yeah.
The Patriots were basically cruising through this season, just playing against mediocre teams and skating by, and then they happened to get the drop of the daggone draw, and teams got injured and stuff like that, and key plays, and they got there. They shouldn't have been in the Super Bowl.
There you go. You made my point.
They shouldn't have been in the Super Bowl.
You made my point.
They were not ready for the Super Bowl based on what we saw. And if you've been watching football for as long as I have, that team was not ready for the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I don't care what nobody's saying.
And just like my man Knight,
you said it right there.
And just like my man Knight said, Tim Dawg, did the defense carry the Patriots to the Super Bowl?
What was they ranked this year? I don't think they was. I think they was close to top 10. I don't know if they was in the top 10.
Yeah, they were.
They were.
Okay. Round robin here, my brothers. Quick question for everybody. Hopefully, I got enough for everybody. How much coming to you, Tim Dawg? How much of Drake May's struggles were due to Seattle defense versus his own decision making?
It was kind of a combination of both, because when you're getting hit a lot and being pressured, your tendency is to get rid of the ball and not be as accurate because you don't want to get hit anymore. And we saw a lot of that in Drake May, where passes were behind or too high, and that just comes from that defensive pressure. So I would say it's a combination of both.
Okay, coming to you, Shada. How much? Oh shit, my shit just went crazy. Here it is. I've been drinking. How much responsibility does Drake deserve for the Patriots' slow offensive start?
He deserves a lot of daggone. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of his fault. But the mere fact is, this is the Super Bowl, pimping. This ain't something that you freaking daggone get to go to at the drop of a dime. Yeah. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for a whole lot of players. There's 53-man roster, and there's 32 teams in the league. And every year, they're trying to get back to this one game.
Exactly.
You don't get a chance to daggone go to the Super Bowl just to win just like that. Because you're talking about 53 men, and you have your starters and your reserves. If you don't daggone have to prepare for this game on every aspect of it, but everything in this game, you're not going to do it. And Mike Vrabel showed me on Sunday they were not prepared. They were ill prepared, if anything, for the Super Bowl.
I got you. My main man, Pharaoh King, man. Which moment defined the QB matchup more? Sam Darnold avoiding mistakes or Drake May failing to capitalize when he had the chance?
I would say Sam Darnold avoiding mistakes. He managed the game to where the defense could play the way they needed to, especially with the running game. So I would say that, because that Drake May is going to make mistakes because they had to play from behind the second half. So.
Yeah. And quick question, my brothers. You see what the comments say here. What Knight said they had no answer on offense and no adjustment. Didn't even look like they practiced. Goddamn.
Hey, you know what? You know what, Ken Knight? You know what? Let me add with Ken Knight. They said that Mike Vrabel, whatever his name is, took the team in to have. They took the team in so they could play Bad Bunny music for 14 minutes loud to try to simulate the game. Obviously, it did not work for halftime. You should have stayed your ass out there and watched the show.
He did what?
Yeah, they said during practice this week that he would take the team into the locker room, play Bad Bunny on the damn speakers loud as hell, so it can simulate the game.
Bro, this is the Super Bowl. I don't give a damn about how good or bad a Bunny is. I need that Vince Lombardi. Take that shit
guess
off.
what? It obviously worked because they didn't practice the second half, just like Ken Knight said.
Are you kidding me?
My man Knight said they had no answer offense or no adjustment. They even look like
because there's some of us that actually understand football.
That's funny, man. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
There's some of us that actually understand football. And for these coaches to go out here and give us this bull crap and then come in the conference talk about, oh, it was just that. No, you didn't practice. That was your pancakes.
And you know, I'll have a question. Well, I don't have it up, but what do the Patriots have to do to get back to the Super Bowl next year? Tim Dahl.
Give Drake May some help with an offensive line that can block.
Yeah, or hold
him on the run, or hold their own in the pass.
Yeah. What about you, Farrell? What do the Patriots do to get back to the Super Bowl next year?
Get rid of Mike Vrabel, cancel his contract, keep it moving.
After the first year,
hey, they fired black coaches with half a year, so fuck it, be out of here.
Shut up. Wow. What do the Patriots have to do to get back to the Super Bowl next year?
In response to Farrell for answer that question is
New England
do business like that. You understand? That's not how they're built up there. So that's not gonna happen. To answer your question now, that them two rookies on the left, I say keep the two running backs you got, keep Drake May, and go out there and get you some receivers and offensive line. That's all you really need.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you got two running backs, well, why the fuck they didn't use them?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Mike Vrabel is one of those coaches that he comes from we all know about do your damn job. Do your damn job. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're talking about do your damn job, but you were a player at that time. What do you coach? It's just like these when it was time for retiring from the military. You can't communicate with these kids. They speak a different language.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You can't speak to them. You tell them to take a hill. There's no charging up the hill and being gung-ho. Can we use some drones? Could we get a map of the area to see what it look like? Vrabel ain't took that class. He needs to leave it alone.
Yeah. But that being said, fellas, we rate in the Super Bowl between 1 to 10. We ready to say what we said. What grade would you get? I'm just talking about the play on the field, not halftime. What grade would you give it, Tim Dahl?
I would say I give him a 7 for effort, but I give him a 1 for effect.
Okay, then what about you there?
Lord.
I said 13. That's a hell of a goddamn scale. You went too far.
Oh my God.
Okay, what grade would you give this year's Super Bowl?
I'm gonna give it a 4.4 on total whatever. Just saying it's the Super Bowl. It's something after we get done with this. There's something else I want to mention about the Super Bowl being played out in California. It's probably one of the reasons why it's such a shitty situation. But I give it a 4.4 overall.
All right. Are you talking about the way that they tax the players?
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. Yeah. Before we close it out, remind me to bring that back. What your thoughts on Shada? What grade would you give it this year's Super Bowl?
A 4, possibly a 3.9.
Yeah. I would say the same thing, man. You know, not comparing Super Bowls, but I think last year when the Eagles played, they was going up against the Chiefs, who had something to prove, because they would win what
everybody had invested in something on both of those sides. Nobody invested in nothing on
no. What I'm just saying is that I think there's something for each team to play for. Jalen Hurts playing because everybody think he couldn't be the player that he could be. The Chiefs wanted that three-peat, the first team to ever win 3, and that's what I say. This year, it just seems as though that it was just dry, and I give it a 5. I give it a 5 because there was no action, even though the running game was working, but the score. I was like, God damn, 9-0. The field goal kicker should have been the MVP because that's the motherfucker that was.
See, that's what I'm saying. I give it a 7 for effort because they tried, and the defense is what gave them 7. But a 1 for effect because the way you felt about the game. You're like,
nah. You know what's funny
it
about
wasn't
that?
Exciting.
It's a 4.
Yeah, it wasn't exciting. Yeah, Knight gave it a 4.
You know what's funny about that was you know how we play the squares, right?
Yeah.
So I put $30 down. How come everybody in my family won that I put their names in the block but mine?
Because you did put 9-0.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, I put the money down for the bet. They won the money, didn't offer me shit.
Oh, that's just like that's just like we got the bet with Mad Professor.
Right.
Water is thicker than blood.
Right. Yeah,
I'm gonna say the one thing that everybody has been waiting for me to say all year is I would have much rather watched Caleb Williams in the Super Bowl than Dak on the Patriots.
Man,
that's night team right there.
Man, damn, Shada, is that bad? Huh? That's bad.
That's how bad of a coaching job Vrabel did.
I would say the conference championships and the division games were more exciting than the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
more.
Yes, sir. Fellas, man, we about to move on from the actual Super Bowl to the actual halftime. Oh my goodness, man! I never seen so many white people so mad, especially Megan Kelly.
That crazy bitch out there again. It wasn't about what he was actually going to do during the middle of the Super Bowl performance. It's about him.
Oh, really?
It's about him being chosen as the Super Bowl performer.
So what are you saying?
To get up there and perform the whole show in Spanish is a middle finger to the rest of America. Who gives a damn that we have 40 million Spanish speakers in the United States? We have 310 million who don't speak a lick of Spanish.
What does it have to do with anything?
This is supposed to be a unifying event for the country, not for the Latinos.
You don't say.
Not for one small group, but for the country. We don't need a black national anthem.
Who told you that?
We don't need a Spanish-speaking, non-English performer, and we don't need an ICE or America hater featured as our primetime entertainment.
Bitch, please.
We have to keep the Super Bowl, which is a quintessential American event. Football, that kind of football, is ours. They call it American football. And the halftime show and everything around it needs to stay quintessentially American. Not Spanish, not Muslim, not anything other than good old-fashioned American apple pie. There should be a meatloaf, maybe some fried chicken, and an English-speaking performer. That's what the Super Bowl should be.
First of all, I ain't never been to nobody's house that had meatloaf for a goddamn Super Bowl.
You saw I wrote in the comment.
If I'm at a house that has meatloaf for Super Bowl,
I'm leaving.
I'm at the wrong motherfucking house.
When that broad said meatloaf, I was like, what the hell is she talking about? Meatloaf.
Hey, if I see meatloaf at a freaking football party, it's over.
Like I said in my video, because I took that from my video that I did. Yeah. I said for the Super Bowl to be bland, just like her meatloaf.
Meatloaf, yeah.
At all. But that being said, Shada, what do you think of Bad Bunny's decision to perform almost entirely in Spanish? Is it a historic moment or a missed opportunity for a broader engagement?
Okay, so in lieu of that, because I knew you were going to ask that question tonight, just to start off, to let everybody, I like to lay the groundwork. Okay,
they have fried chicken for it.
I'm not eating her fried chicken either.
So let me go ahead and I give you the headliners for the Super Bowl for the last couple of years: Gloria Estefan, Jennifer Lopez, Shakira, Bruno Mars, Christina Aguilera, she's so fine, and Bad Bunny. Now, think about this. Nobody had a question about any of those other Latino people of Latino descent that performed for the Super Bowl. Not to mention the fact, isn't that the same Megyn Kelly that Donald Trump was talking about in the first term, talking about she was bleeding out her orifices and stuff like that? Wasn't that the same Megyn Kelly?
Yep.
That's the same one, right? I just wanted to make sure.
No,
maybe she might be a little delusional because she's still bleeding. I don't know. But I just want to know.
She should be dead.
She to bleed out.
If it's okay for us to go ahead and cancel all of the daggone Irish shit with Chicago painting the goddamn water all green for Irish celebration. This is America. What you turning the water green for? You ain't no damn leprechaun. But I don't see y'all pissed off about that.
Yeah, I got you there. That's just damn. Shadow went on a tirade. Shit.
Yeah, but tell us why you mad.
Tell us why you mad, sir. I need to put
that's how you really feel.
No, I got to put it in my butt. Tell us why you mad, son. I'm put up my damn butt.
I don't like when white folks do that because here's the fact. Here's the fact, and that this is God's honest truth. I did not know what racism was until I came to the United States of America.
Plantains on the plantation field.
I did not know what racism was until I came to this country from Jamaica. I saw white folk, I saw Chinese folk, I saw Spanish folk, and they all spoke like me. So I don't know what the hell people are talking about. This thing about daggone this racial thing. Bad Bunny is the daggone number. He has more top 100.
He's the number one. He's the number one. He was the number one artist in the world. Downloaded artist in the world. Yeah.
In the world. In the world, Craig.
Yeah. And I'm coming to you, Farrell. I'm coming to you. Shouter called out a lot of names, but the only pushback we get to Shouter is that they all sung in English. What she's saying is that he sung in Spanish. Should that matter? I'm just saying, should that matter? Your thoughts?
Would you ask an Italian opera singer to sing in English?
Boy, Farrell, boy, you just dropped the bomb. Hold on, I gotta turn that bomb up.
We don't want this opera show. We want
it. Shit. Okay. Shit. I gotta use that in one of my videos. God damn, I'm gonna use that one.
I'm just saying, like,
I don't want to see another mariachi band at a white person's
wedding. You should have had a trash night, you stupid.
Yeah. So go ahead. So at the end of the day, he represented the United States and where the United States has been for the past since beginning of time.
Yeah.
Since before most of us have even been alive.
Yeah, alive.
This land was not here before. You know what? I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you what certain people will say. They use keywords to try to change up the narrative. Instead of immigrants, they'll use settlers. That's a fancy word for immigrant.
Yeah.
So with that being said, don't be mad at what's going on. You had Jennifer Lopez and him perform back in the day. I think they performed in 2020.
He was married to
Shakira was there. Nobody said nothing about that.
Yeah.
Because Jennifer Lopez is from Brooklyn, so she's not gonna do too much. But but with that being said, hey man, kudos to my man doing what he did. Kendrick Lamar last year, he sung in his language. I didn't understand some of the stuff that was going on. He spoke in English.
Yeah.
But his messages were, his messages to whoever he was talking to.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day,
but they say something.
Right, but at the end of the day, man, it's entertainment. If you didn't like it, turn it off. Go get you some meatloaf and shut the fuck up.
I would just like to say for the record,
meatloaf, no gravy.
I would like to say for the record, Jessica Alba's still fine. Oh,
yeah. And I say the same thing that Knight just said, and you just said, Farrell. Not what Knight just said. Did they have Lady Gaga? She sung in English. But going back to what you say, Farrell and Tim Dog, hopefully you agree with me and Farrell, and hopefully Shada as well. You had a choice. You can either turn to Turning Point USA, watch that bullshit, or turn it off. or look at whatever you want to watch. It's up to
Milli
you.
Vanilli, Milli Vanilli, Milli
But for you-
Vanilli.
But for you to come out and say that he's speaking in Spanish, he didn't deserve the right to have the Super Bowl. With that, and I say to one of my, that's just asinine because we don't have a bunch of Super Bowls when it was all white, and they wasn't even from America. I think they had the Rolling Stones, the Who,
Yeah, those are
U2.
Canadian born.
I just want to
Yeah,
know if Africans
Shania
is blood
Twain.
line.
But they wasn't complaining about that because of the fact that when you look at the picture or you look at the television, that person looks like who? You. But Tim Dog, your thoughts on him performing in Spanish?
No, Ken Knight. They played Michael Jackson too, Ken Knight.
Yeah, I saw that bullshit. Yeah. Go ahead on Tim Dog.
Megan Kelly, I guess she never heard this song. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands. But she was saying American this and American that. Football, in my knowledge, hasn't always been the apple pie of America. I think that was baseball, if I'm not
Yes, it
mistaken.
is.
That's right.
He playing
Hey,
So,
can I ask you this though? And I'm not to cut you off, but
Mhm.
Farrell, I know y'all all know football history. Wasn't football first played in Canada? Wasn't the football in Canada
No,
older
that
than
was
NFL?
NBA.
mhm,
That was
Huh?
NBA.
the NBA,
NBA.
yeah.
No, I'm just talking
NBA.
about,
And hockey.
I'm talking about the CFL. Isn't the CFL older than the NFL? I need to Google that. I think it's older than the NFL. I think the CFL is older than the
Yeah,
NFL.
Y'all
If I'm
research
not,
that.
if I'm not
That's-
mistaken, I
that's a
could
good
be wrong.
question.
I could be wrong. I think the NFL. I think the CFL was started before the NFL. I could be wrong though. But go
Well, I
ahead.
know
Tim.
hockey.
I didn't mean to
I
cut
know
you off.
hockey
I
was
didn't mean
started
to
in
cut you off.
Scandinavia. So
Yeah, I know hockey did. I didn't mean to cut you off, $10 from your start.
No,
from
you
what
good.
man. Go ahead.
But she's trying to turn something that's not political into something
Mm.
political, and that's never heard of in sports. It doesn't matter if you're Republican, Independent, or Democrat. It's about the
Say it again
sport.
for the people in the back, Tim. Say it again. You
Yeah.
didn't say that loud enough.
What I said was, it doesn't matter if you are Republican, Democrat, or Independent. It's about the sport, the love of
Damn
the sport,
Skippy.
the love of the game, the love of the players, not whoever they support in a presidential or gubernatorial race. And that's why we have this problem now. They want to point fingers at someone else for doing something when in fact they the one who started it. Every European came to America to get its riches, whether
Yeah.
it be the land, the animals, or whatever.
And then
It
brought us
wasn't
here.
to it wasn't to settle, it wasn't to trade, it was to take over.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
well, you're right.
done.
Yeah,
I just
you're right.
I just put it up. The Canadian Football League is older in terms of its championship history. So that's what it says on my thing.
Well,
So
no,
that's
it says 1909.
1909. Yeah.
Yeah, in 1922 for the NFL.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I thought the CFL was older than the NFL. But yeah.
That's a good one. I never even thought about looking that up.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I tell you, man. Hey, give me a point for that.
Yeah, I'll give you a point and a half.
What the hell? He started
point and a half.
already. He
I'm gonna
started
take it.
already.
Even though you asked the question, I'm gonna take that point.
Yeah,
Ask a question.
hey,
Ask a serious question.
inside the question.
Let me
That's
read
inside
this,
the question.
Me answer the me read what Joe wrote. Then shout, you can go. Joe wrote the Super Bowl halftime show had 4 Grammy winners. TPA USA had 0 Grammy winners. MAGA did a half-ass job like they do in everything they do. Go, Shada.
So I'm asking, other than Biker Boys, what does Kid Rock, when you hear the name Kid Rock, what do you think, what's the song that come off the top of your head?
The whole song. I think of
Bullshit.
Pamela Anderson.
I don't think of nothing.
Well, I
Is there
think-
any damn song I could quote that Kid Rock has ever remixed or did anything? The only thing I know Kid Rock from is Biker Boys. That's it.
No, I do know that one song because I used to like it till he was drunk. That one song, My Name is Kid. I knew that song. Trust me, I
I
knew
don't
that.
know anything about Kid Rock.
Nothing about this dude.
I do.
Pamela Anderson. That's all I know.
I
All summer long.
and what's the last thing I want to say about God damn it.
But what
It-
about her? Oh.
It slipped my mind. But it just the fact that they are so mad about Super Bowl halftime. And I think like I said, I did in one of my videos, their halftime show, it had no diversity at all. I mean, it was just strictly white. You know what I'm saying?
And it was pre-recorded.
So I read a comment where somebody said, "There's not enough teeth in our room to fill up one person's mouth."
God damn. God damn.
That shit was hilarious to me.
That's just hilarious to me too.
And the only way you're gonna find rhythm is look it up in the dictionary because nobody had it.
Yeah, I comment, boy. I was like, "What the hell?"
Hey, I got a question.
Yeah, he was in dumbass Joe Dirt too. He was in that dumbass.
Oh,
I got a question. So, are we really are these people really trying to compare that white people are trying to compare our party to their party? To I mean, when you think about the Caribbean, Puerto Rico, hip hop, and all that, are they really trying to compare who has a party? Nah, they don't want that smoke.
I think what it boils down to is that they're trying to set a narrative because of the fact that the people that they're trying to basically get out are people of color. If you don't speak the language that we speak, we don't want you here. And just by the NFL and Jay-Z saying Bad Bunny, which is, like we say, one of the biggest artists in the world, to come out and do a show in Spanish. And like she said, it's a finger to the U.S. No, it's not a finger to the U.S. Because of the fact, Pharaoh, I want you to answer it. Because of the fact, if you look at the NFL, if the NFL is ours, if it's homegrown, why are we having games in Madrid? Why are we having games in Mexico? Why are we having games in England? Why are we having games in Germany? So if that was the case, the NFL should not be trying to broaden their horizon by going into other countries.
That's all about professional sports. That's all about professional sports. The NBA is number one. The NBA is the first one to do it, like that. So, and then Kid Rock saying some dumbass shit about a DEI hire.
Yeah.
Like what made you say something stupid like that's the reason you're a failed artist? You know what I mean? As far as I'm concerned. So once again, they if you ever get into a discussion, you try to get into a discussion with somebody that wears a red hat with white letters on it. They never have any fact-based rebuttal. It's always opinion-based. And their opinions are like assholes, and we already know what that means.
We all got
Shot. I know you want to talk about, like I say, we went to other countries. But you know what I find funny? I'm gonna find the video because I want to put it in one of my videos I want to do. They talk about he loves America and all this. He desecrated a U.S. flag by cutting a hole in it and wore it like a goddamn top.
Like a poncho. Like a poncho.
American, why would you desecrate the U.S. flag to do some bullshit like that? That shows me that, you talk about you love America, but you don't love America to the point.
I got something for that when you're done.
Desecrate the U.S. flag. Go ahead, Shada.
But we all know that because we have all been in the military and we understand the purpose of the flag and actually understand what the stuff that they learned in the Constitution is really about. We know because we were living that life on a daily basis.
Yeah.
But the bottom line that kills me with all of this is Kid Rock, J.D. Vance, all these people that's running around talking about, this, that, and the other, they're disrespecting the American flag. Half of them don't even know what the rules are about the flag and touching the ground and using it for political and all that. They don't even talk about those rules. So I don't want to hear nothing about them and respecting the American flag. That's number one. Number two, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room that a lot of people don't understand is I am from Jamaica. I was born and raised in Jamaica. But guess what? This is education for a lot of you out there that don't understand. Jamaica was not originally black. Jamaica was run by the Taino Indians of the Caribbean. They were fortunate enough to give us, the Maroons, a chance to live our life on that island. So we actually hold the Taino. So we have a strong, close bond with our Latin brothers and sisters. So I don't want to hear nothing about daggone this because, you know what I'm saying? Everybody go to Puerto Rico and like to act like You talk about Jake Paul and his brother living in Puerto Rico, running their mouth.
Yeah.
The only reason they're living in Puerto Rico is to get the tax breaks, but they don't talk about that. They don't talk about all the people in Mexico that's daggone living there, that's white, that's trying to move down there to daggone take advantage of the Mexican economy while ours is daggone struggling. So miss me with all that bull crap with all these Megyn Kelly out. They don't even know their damn history. So I don't want to hear nothing from them.
Tim, I'm gonna let you close it out.
Hell, the motherfuckers don't even bank in the United States. They bank overseas.
I'm gonna piggyback off something that Shada said. If you was to look at the border crossing, if Mexico was to close the border crossing like Trump did, with the illegals or whatever, if Mexico closed the border crossing, a lot of people, a lot of MAGAs can't get their health care because they go across to Mexico.
Yes, they do. Yes,
to get their health care. And because it's a hell of a lot cheaper than it is in Mexico. So I'm gonna let you close it out with the Bad Bunny situation. Your thoughts on what Megyn Kelly said, and everybody talking about, he should have sung one song. Lady Gaga did sing in English, but it's just the fact that some MAGAs just can't take being number 2 or seeing that like she said, the NFL is ours. This is our thing, and her meatloaf. So
you should tell it that
oh man.
Go ahead, need to develop that.
She just a bandwagoner riding on the dick of Donald Trump, felon 47. And to me, it shocks me. Well, it doesn't shock me. It surprises me how people they know he's doing wrong. They know what he's doing is illegal, but to save grace, they say nothing. Saying nothing is just like you committed the crime yourself. It's there. You could prevent it. So why don't you?
Yeah.
And to me, it just doesn't make sense how you going to say one thing but yet do another. That everything is so hypocritical. Just like old Pam Bondi talking about, well, what about this in the back? No, it's about right now. And right now, what y'all doing is using shit as an excuse because you don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
You're put in a position to lie instead of in a position to help. And to you, helping is only white people can get the help. No one else, because they deserve it. Bad Bunny, he sung it in Spanish because that's what people want to hear. Just like Pharaoh said, why would you go to McDonald's and ask for a Whopper? They ain't gonna give it to you. Shit. Bad Bunny, same thing. Why would you ask him singing English when everybody was singing a song in Spanish?
Yeah, and I agree with you on that, Tim Dog. Pharaoh, I never thought about what you just said. You want to go to the opera, hold them to singing in English. They're gonna sing in Italian. They're not gonna sing it in English. So for you to say that, hey, it should be in English, no. Enjoy what you can see. Hey, I didn't understand it, but I had a choice. I could turn it off or look at something else and then come back to the game. It's up to you. If it's not,
did you see the hoes out? I mean, excuse me, the women that were shaking their ass. God damn.
But I'm just saying, though, you have a choice.
I want to put my hand over my eyes.
Yeah. I what I'm saying is you have a choice. If it's not your forte, turn the TV. Just like last year, Kendrick Lamar wasn't a lot of people forte, and they turned the TV. Nope. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna end it so we can move on. It's gonna turn around. It's gonna be back to white acts because Jay-Z is not gonna be in charge of the Super Bowl halftime show much longer.
He has a contract.
Yeah, it's gonna turn around when it's gonna be back to the way it was, being bland.
Boring.
But we all know why the Super Bowl halftime show it is what it is, because of In Living Color. In Living Color is the reason why we have the way the Super Bowl halftime show now. Before that, them motherfucker had motherfuckers out there like in the middle of a basketball game, tap dancing and shit. They had
the college drum team.
Yeah. HBCUs.
Exactly. So that's why it's going to turn around, and we're going to be talking about whenever they have Kid Rock at the Super Bowl halftime show. We're gonna be saying, "Man, this motherfucker! I don't know what the hell they had his bitch ass up." We're gonna be judging them just like they judging.
I'm probably gonna ban the Super Bowl if they do that.
I think what they're trying to do. I think what they're trying to do, they've tried everything to ruin, put their names in everything to ruin everything. And they figured this sports is the one thing they haven't attacked it. But the thing that people don't understand about sports is it is the one thing that we have on this planet that every single body, no matter how mad you are at somebody, they challenge you, you ready to daggone go out there and challenge somebody.
And the last thing I want to quick Robin, wasn't they MAGA and Trump? Wasn't they said he wasn't going to watch football no more because Colin Kaepernick took a knee?
No more Bud Light.
So why are they watching it now? Didn't they say he never watched football ever again because of Colin Kaepernick?
Didn't they also say to tell I forget who it was to shut up and dribble?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, LeBron.
LeBron. Like, you know, so you don't want him to talk about the politics, but then you're gonna bring politics into your decisions this year.
Yeah.
So for all those people out there that have a sign in their mouth that said "next tooth 1 mile," I want you to listen to this. The United States Flag Code 4 USC Chapter 1 provides federal guidelines for the proper display, handling, and respect of the U.S. flag, which was adopted in 1942. If you haven't read that, please do, because half the shit that goes on that football game is not how you display the American flag.
Yeah, because even when they brought when they bring the flag's not supposed to be flat. When they bring it out on the field, it's not supposed to be flat. So a lot of people don't know.
Those of you don't understand, these are board questions that we get drilled on the whole career. We know this.
To watch you 1 tooth 1 mile motherfuckers wear the flag as shorts, as a bikini, as a what you call it, the little umbrella when you're at the beach showing your little white ass out there. As the flag that you lay on the ground, you put it. Even when you put it on your car, you're just waving when you driving. That's wrong.
Yeah, exactly. But they love America more than we love America. Fellas, we're going to move along, man. I know I didn't send y'all this question, but I want us to talk about the Hall of Fame inductees.
Let's get into the Hall of Fame class, because these New England Patriots, they took plenty of headlines as it relates to this class. As you guys know, no Bill Belichick, no Robert Kraft, but some all-time greats do go in. Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, Adam Vinatieri, and Roger Craig.
I'm coming to you first, Shada. What do you think of this year Hall of Fame class?
I don't have any qualms with it. I think everybody on that list did what they were supposed to do as far as the numbers and as far as on the field, work ethic and so on to belong in the daggone Hall of Fame. But like I said, as I said last week, the Hall of Fame has lost a lot of credibility with the standardization of who gets in and who gets out, who's not out. But we still celebrate those who are celebrated for the right reasons to getting in there. And I don't see anybody on that list that anybody should have a reason with them not being in the Hall of Fame.
Okay, there it is, my brother. Hey, Brown Robin here, Pharaoh King. Here he comes. Come in. I hope we say some shit, but we grown men. This player from the 2020 class had the biggest impact on winning, even if their numbers don't jump off the page.
Hands down.
Roger Craig should have been a long time ago.
But Roger got what? What Roger got? Two or three Super Bowls? He got 3. Okay, he got 3.
And,
Mr. High Knee himself.
Yeah. I mean, we all know who Roger Craig is. It's he played with a couple teams after that, but Roger Craig was, to me, should have been in when Haley and Ronnie Lott got in.
But it took Haley a long time to get in too, though.
Yeah, but he was still in before Roger Craig.
That is true. I like that, Pharaoh King. Here come Tim Dog. Does the 2026 Hall of Fame class feel like a no-brainer class, or were there some surprise selections?
I mean, they got Adam Vinatieri here as a place kicker. So, I mean, he's not a first rounder, but we all know about.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm going to cut you off, but what about Luke Kuechly? Because Luke Kuechly didn't play long. I think he only played like 8
but he
years.
impacted the game in a massive way.
No, that's what I'm just saying. That was a surprise to me, Tim Dog. Was that a surprise for you? I'm just saying, yeah, for me, that was a surprise.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tim Dog.
Yeah, no, thinking back, but I'm thinking when Who's the only other place kicker that's in the NFL?
My man that played for the Raiders.
Sebastian Janikowski.
Janikowski.
No, ain't Janikowski. No, because they say they always have to have the kick. Ray Guy. No, the punter. Ray Guy is the punter. Ray Guy. He's the punter for the Raiders. Ray Guy.
Ray Guy.
Yeah, Ray Guy. They had every position in the Hall of Fame except for a punter. Ray Guy for the goddamn
Jan Stenerud was the first place kicker.
No, that's the field goal kicker. A field goal kicker.
Talking about place kicker.
No, I said place kicker, not a field goal. Place kicker.
No, they call him a place kicker, but that's the field goal kicker.
But it's a field goal kicker. Yeah.
Yeah, the place kicker.
Morton Anderson. Is it Morton Anderson? Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Ray
Morton Anderson.
With the Vikings.
No.
Oh, maybe I had to Google that.
No, James Stennard was the first. Then you have Morton Anderson.
The punter, not the field goal kicker, punter.
That's what I was talking about. Field goal. I'm place kicker, not punter. You added punter.
No, listen to what I'm saying, Tim Dog. I'm agreeing with you. What I'm saying is they already had field goal kicker. They call them place kickers, but it's the field goal kicker. That's the same thing. The only position that they never had in the Hall of Fame was the punter.
Punter Ray Guy. Ray Guy. Right.
That's what I'm saying. Ray Guy was the first punter to be inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame.
First and only.
Exactly.
First and only.
So they had the whole set now. They got all positions in the Hall of Fame, and Ray Guy was that. I'm not saying what you said, but the place kicker is the field goal kicker. They call him place.
Right.
Yeah. But Ray Guy completed the set with all the players making the Hall of Fame. Pharaoh, give me another goddamn point.
Hey.
I'm more than tonight, boy.
It's over there inside of trivia. Inside of trivia going on. What the hell going on?
Because it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse.
I got my old trivia from myself.
Inside of trivia going on.
Oh my god! He's creating his own.
No, shot of fire issue. Because the reason why I knew that because I forgot who said that. Some great players say that now we got the complete Hall of Fame is complete now. Because now we got the punter. They already had the place kicker or the field goal kicker in there. The only position they didn't have in the Hall of Fame was the punter. And that's what they say. Once Ray Guy got in there, he said, now the Hall of Fame is complete because all positions could make the Hall of Fame. So next question for you, Shotta Man. My bad.
2014.
Is the Hall of Fame getting it right lately, or are they still leaving key players out?
Man, they always gonna get it wrong. They just always. I don't think there's ever been a Hall of Fame class where people have been like, okay, he should be in there, but then this guy shouldn't be in there. They just don't have until they establish a standard to be in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? For them to just go ahead and say your time off the football field should not affect your Hall of Fame. It should be about the numbers you put on the field and how you affect the game, not the other stuff. You understand what I'm saying? And that's a big thing for me because the bottom line is you have players in the NFL that did great things, never won a championship, and was very, very effective. That's not in the Hall of Fame over people like Luke Kuechly. Luke Kuechly, yes, I will advocate for him to be in there, but not over some of the players that's come before him.
Yeah.
If you go ahead and put the numbers out there and how they affected the game. Luke Kuechly was a big thing. Yeah, but when Cam Newton was there, so he had a daggone audience. So he was doing his thing. But at the same time, think about all them linebackers from back in the day that was bleeding, playing with daggone freaking broken wrists and broken knees and busted stuff, and they had to win it because they had something to push for. These players nowadays don't do nothing compared to what these players did back in the day. They had to play for their families, for their right to live, for their right to be relevant.
I would say this, and I think Luke Kuechly played the same amount of time. What's my man for the 49ers that got in? I think he only played like 6 or 7 years. And he was linebacker for the 49ers. He got it. I think he got in either last year or the year before last.
Well, like it was
oh man.
Charles Haley?
Warner?
No. Warner.
No, Warner's still playing.
No. It's he got in, but he didn't. Willis, Patrick Willis.
Yeah, Patrick Willis. I know it's over the W.
Patrick Willis. He got in, but because I think he only played like 6 or 7 years, that he retired at his peak. I think he retired at 28 or something like that, 28, 29. So Luke Kuechly's in that same vein. They was great when they was playing, but then they quit football. Well, retired from football at an early age. Fellas, I just need a quick answer on this so we can move on. If the Hall was strictly about dominance, how different would this class look? Pharaoh King.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Damn.
Okay, who was it? Besides Roger Craig.
Hold on. Let me give me a point. Hey, another point. The man on the street had all these like, dang, that's a good question.
Oh Lord, here you go.
No, you went to the bottom for that, bro.
So what? Luke,
again.
It was yeah. Let's see the names.
I'm gonna play the video again. I got to play the video again. Hold on, right here.
Let's get into the Hall of Fame class because these New England Patriots, they took plenty of headlines as it relates to this class. As you guys know, no Bill Belichick, no Robert Kraft, but some all-time greats do go in. Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, Adam Vinatieri, and Roger Craig.
I'm going to go with Larry Fitzgerald on that one.
I'm about to say the same thing.
I think Luke Kuechly's the odd man out for the mere fact that Larry Fitzgerald was the standard for a lot of years in the NFL as a wide receiver.
And that's why you said off of effort.
That's what we say. He agreed with you. He's saying if the Hall was strictly about dominance, how different would this class look?
Yeah, I would take out Luke Kuechly out of that.
Yeah, Luke Kuechly would be.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because Larry Fitzgerald was dominant.
Yes, he was. From day one.
Pharaoh, and I'm gonna make sure I get everybody. That Arizona team came that close, a toe tap for winning the championship,
Carson Palmer's ass,
and a goddamn run back by my man. What's my man name? They call him Debo. Harrison picking that pick right before the half and running that pitch 99 yards back and scoring that touchdown. Right. That's how close Larry Fitzgerald came from being having a Super Bowl. He's still one of the greatest wide receivers to play the game, but having a Super Bowl. But you heard the name. So how if you're talking about dominance, how would this Hall of Fame class look?
Talking to me?
Yeah, Pharaoh. Because I cut you off. I had cut you off.
I just said Larry Fitzgerald because of that. That alone. 18 years or 17 years, something like he played. He's still a very effective receiver. So yeah, Drew Brees, we know his pass. Luke Kuechly, the short time he was in there. Yeah. Roger Craig, 3 Super Bowls. Come on, man.
Yeah.
And Vinatieri deserved the class.
And Vinatieri won 3 of those Super Bowls for Tom Brady. I don't give a damn nobody say.
Well, okay, yeah. So,
that's why he
not to mention that he went to Indianapolis and won there too.
Oh, damn, sure did. Goddamn, Pharaoh. I'm gonna give you half a point because shit. I knew that.
Adam Vinatieri? Yeah.
He's a clutch kicker, man. You can't take that from him.
The same question, man. If the Hall was strictly about dominance, how different would this class look?
It looked very different. I see Drew Brees who's been there, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly. By the way, old boy Patrick Willis, he was in for 8 years and with the 7 Pro Bowls. So that's But and Roger Craig, I don't understand. He was dominant when he was on the field, even though he didn't play as long.
Absolutely destructive with them knees.
Yeah,
he's one of the main.
I would say everyone.
Yeah.
This class will be good without Adam Vinatieri as far as dominance.
Oh hell no, Tim Dog. Oh shit! First one for you tonight, Tim Dog.
You
heard me what I say? He won 3 of those Super Bowls for Tom Brady. He won 3.
Yeah, but Adam Vinatieri was only dominant when they could use him.
Are you?
If they didn't use him, Tom Brady won't be what Tom Brady 6-3 or 7-3.
Bro, do you understand how much Tom Brady didn't have to go to the end zone and just get in field goal range?
Pharaoh. Listen to this, Pharaoh. I'm about to say some blasphemy shit.
I'm just fucking with you, Shot. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you,
Shot. Fellas on the panel, I'm about to say some blasphemy shit. Y'all know how I feel about LeBron. If it wasn't for Vinatieri, fucking got that Tom Brady will have LeBron James championship numbers.
Hey, and so with Bill Belichick.
And so was Bill Belichick. That's just my opinion.
Because they'd get rid of him if he was sorry. So
that's true.
I hear what you say, Tim Dog, but that's your
especially
opinion,
that
man.
game where he kicked it in that snow
Do you
with
think?
the Raiders.
What about Justin Tucker?
What about him? He had
Well,
he's a sex deviant.
I would say this.
But see, that doesn't take. I mean, what about his game on the field?
Justin Tucker going to get into the Hall of Fame, but it's going to take a while. Now, I'm going to say that he's going to get in the Hall of Fame. It's just going to take him a while because he's the most accurate kicker, I believe, in NFL history. Yep. Yes, he's going to get in, but it's going to take him a while. Last question, Shada, for your answer. Same thing. Who would you, if it was about dominance? What about this class would be left out?
I already told you, Keithley.
Okay, then. All right, then moving along. Shit. Got a lot more show to get to. Shit, man. Motherfuckers won't say shit. Under the breath and shit like I can hear shit. You know, I've been drinking.
You do that every week.
I do that every night. Yeah, you talking about?
Oh, man. Do we need to have an intervention?
Hell no, because I like drinking.
That right there says we do.
Yeah. Oh shit, man. Hold up, man. The fucking Knicks are beating the brace off of my. See, this is why I don't watch the goddamn 63-39.
No.
Fellas,
but they got a good season going so far.
The hell with that. We talked about this last week. We talked about the Hall of Fame. For some reason, a lot of people is coming down on my man Tony Dungy. Damn. Tony Dungy about which way did he vote. And I want us to talk about that quick because he had this to say when the guy asked him how did he vote? Why didn't he vote for it? Did he vote for Belichick or not? Yeah, Belichick or not.
Coach, one big obvious question here. You're a voter. Did you vote for Bill Belichick?
Jack, I'm not going to disclose that. When you come on the committee, you take an oath that you're not going to discuss any of the debates, anything that happened there. I'm not going to put any of my teammates under the bus, who they voted for, who I voted for. Here's the situation, okay? In this category, coaches, contributors, senior players, there are 5 finalists. You could vote. We voted as a team. Our group voted. Roger Craig got the most votes. I stand behind that as a teammate. That's how we voted. But here's the problem. We voted for 3 people. There are 2 other slots available. Bill Belichick definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Robert Kraft deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. L.C. Greenwood deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Yep. Ken Anderson deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. And we've got 2 slots. But because of a change that the Hall of Fame made 2 years ago, none of those guys got in. And it wasn't because of us. People think that we voted against Bill Belichick. We did not. As a matter of fact, if the vote, same exact vote, had taken place, same totals 2 years ago, Bill Belichick would be in, so would another deserving Hall of Famer, and that's why I'm upset. That is not right.
I'm coming to you on this right there. Yeah, I'm coming to you, Tim Dog. I'm coming to you, Tim Dog. Then I want everybody to answer this. When Tony Dungy refused to disclose whether he voted for Bill Belichick's first ballot Hall of Fame induction, was he protecting the integrity of the voting process or avoiding accountability?
No, he was following the rules and the regulations. Said you won't discuss it with anybody. I mean, it's plain and simple. Why have rules if you're not going to follow them?
I got you.
I mean, I don't know why the panel changed the rule, whatever it was, but obviously it affected the vote for everyone. So
I got you.
Why they didn't vote.
King, your
First of
thoughts?
all, to the interviewer Michael K, who said that Tony Dungy need to be fired, go find the goddamn Epstein files first. Why don't you do that?
Yeah.
Right? You worried about some voting on who goes in and who gets in.
Can I ask you this, Pharaoh? Yeah. You say that you there's another guy on one of the sports shows, I think it's on ESPN, say that Tony Dungy doesn't have any integrity.
Yeah, you can say what you want. He just sat there and said the rules that the committee put up there is the reason why they did the vote the way they did it was because of their rules, who are not people that engaged in the game. It's journalists. So you can sit there and say he don't have any integrity, but you get Trump, with his tax files, get these FC files out, all this stuff taken care of. You worried about football, they ain't changing nobody's lives other than the player themselves, but you're not worried about the people that's fucking your lives over in the United States. And all of them that just got their priorities in the wrong place. So fuck them and everybody about them, especially this Michael K guy.
Hey, you know, before I come to you, Shada, man, it's one thing you can't say about Tony Dungy is that he don't have any integrity. That's one thing about certain coaches. You know, you can say some shit about Bill Belichick because we know he all cheated. We know he cheated, but you can't say that about Tony Dungy. I think he's been above board. Even how Tampa Bay did it. He didn't never talk bad about Tampa Bay. If anybody can have a reason to talk bad about a goddamn situation, Tony Dungy has that earned that right. But he's always been one of those high character guys. And then for them to say that he doesn't have any integrity because they don't know if he voted or did not vote for Bill Belichick to get into the
right.
That's his right. Exactly. Because like
He's
you say,
following the rules.
and just like you say, Tin Doc, he's following the rules. So the same question you goddamn shout out. But Tony, yeah, thank you. Y'all know I'm slow. But Judge refused to disclose whether he voted for Bill Belichick first ballot Hall of Fame induction. Was he protecting the integrity of the voting process or avoiding accountability?
Tony Dungy was being a professional. Being a professional. He's answering the question in regards to his the oaths that he took from office. You know what I'm saying? At least he's going ahead and saying, you know what? I'm not going to throw my colleagues under the bus. This is something, and he told you what the rules were. We don't discuss it. We don't do all of that. So I'm not going to fault the man for saying something I mean, we got daggone ICE breaking down people's doors, and we already told them that the Constitution said they ain't supposed to do it, but they're doing it anyway. So my thing is, if Tony Dungy is the only black man holding the daggone standard up for what the committee said is supposed to happen, how you going to be mad? That's what we've been screaming about all these things across sports. There needs to be a standard. If every time the standard is daggone move back to appease somebody, there's going to be no standard at all. You're just going to be daggone picking people off of who you like and who you don't like. They have to be able to hold the ground somewhere. And the fact of the matter that he said that he's not going to divulge that has nothing to do with that man's integrity. Yeah. That means your integrity needs to be questioned because you don't know what the rules are.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're not in the goddamn space when they make the votes. But like you say though, if they didn't change the rules, I think all y'all say that if they didn't change the rules a couple of years ago, Bill Belichick would be in the Hall of Fame. But they changed the rules.
Tony Dungy won the Super Bowl with the daggone Colts and with the Tampa Bay. Would they daggone be talking trash about him?
No, I think the fact that they got to blame somebody. For me, they got to blame somebody, and they could blame Tony Dungy because he's on TV and people see him every week. So they're gonna point their fingers at him. But his partner, Ronnie Harrison, he had something to say. Basically, I say he was saying it at Tony Dungy, but he was basically talking to the people that voted to not get Bill Belichick in the Hall of Fame. What is it foul or fair play?
What I would say, Coach, is any list that doesn't include Bill Belichick at the top is absolutely wrong. And a lot of those players that we mentioned, they're great players. I played with Drew Brees. I played with Adam Vinatieri. But there's nobody more deserving to be in that Hall of Fame than Coach Belichick. I've seen his greatness. I've seen him design defenses to stop your offense. And you just look at the players that he's impacted. He's been unbelievable. And when I look out throughout the Hall of Fame, and even a guy like Tom Brady wouldn't be Tom Brady without Bill Belichick. And that's the disappointing part of it, Coach, and you guys got it wrong.
Well, I feel your passion, and I'm with you. And this is about more than Bill Belichick, because in the last 2 years since the rule has been changed, we've had 7 open slots, 7 people who deserve to be in that didn't get in because of this rule change. It has to change. We've been vocal about it as voters, and hopefully it will change.
And one last thing, Coach. I know you're talking about the whole process, but when I think of Coach Belichick, I think about greatness. I think about the greatest coach to ever coach, and it just sends a bad sign when Coach Belichick, with 6 Super Bowl rings, he's not in the Hall of Fame as a first ballot.
Coming to you, Tim Dahl. Rodney Harris publicly called out Tony Dungy on live TV, saying you guys got it wrong. Is that fair criticism, or is Harrison oversimplifying the voting system?
He's just showing his bias towards the Patriots, which is understandable because that's where he won his championship rings from. And everyone's looking for someone to blame when they just following the rules. Yeah. Now, deservingly, does Belichick belong there? Yeah, he belongs in there. But just because of the rules, now all of a sudden there's a problem. But when they changed the rules so that black people couldn't vote or do certain things, it was okay. But since they changed the rules and a white man can't get in, all of a sudden there's a problem.
Yeah, and I
I
agree
mean,
with
LC
that.
Green, just like they was talking about
LC Green
LC
was being in the
Greenwood.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah, he part of the
So
Steelers right there. That Steelers
yeah,
defense.
so you can't have it both ways. You
Yeah,
know, and the system doesn't work for everyone, but we see the reaction when it happens to someone like him instead of someone like us, because someone like us, we're used to it.
yeah, and you know, the part of the fact that I don't get, Pharaoh, is that when they changed the rules to talk about T.O., and we all know that T.O. was the first ballot Hall of Fame. When they changed that rule to keep T.O. out, and they say, well, the stuff that he did on the field, now you got to include that as well to make him a second ballot Hall of Famer, and to change it around, and everybody's up in arms because Belichick didn't get in. It's asinine to me. So, do you agree with what Bill Belichick? I mean, not Bill Belichick, but Ronnie Harris publicly calling out Tony Dungy on live TV, saying you guys got it wrong. Is that fair criticism, or is Harrison oversimplified? Simple, y'all know.
Signifying. Yeah.
I'm
Signifying. That's what he's doing.
I'm going to take it that, first of all, this is my opinion. I don't care if he hears me or not. I don't really care for Rodney Harrison.
Yeah, because he was. But then you got caught for PEDs or some shit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But with that being said, I'm gonna take a page out of Muhammad Ali's book. He should have talked to Dungy off the side.
Mm-hmm.
You can make that comment to him off the side, but to do that on air to make you could talk the way he said to the white guy, but then I'm gonna come at you a different way, and you're supposed to be my work colleague. That was unprofessional, as far as I'm concerned. And so if anybody, Michael K, needs to be fired, should be fucking Rodney Harrison for pulling out that bullshit he did on live air. That's my opinion.
I got you. And I agree with you on that, man, because there's certain ways, especially if we've been working together for a while. I know Bill Belichick is this guy. Bill Belichick got you your Super Bowl ring. Bill Belichick made you the player that you are on the field. But of course, I'm working with you now, Coach. I seen what you done. I seen the way that you carry yourself. And for you to say that y'all got it wrong, basically you saying that I got it wrong, basically you shouted, basically you agreeing with the people saying that I didn't vote for Bill Belichick. It's asinine to me. Your thoughts?
But also, Tony Dungy was a player. Bill Belichick wasn't a fucking player.
Yeah, he played for the Eagles. Matter of fact, he played for the Eagles.
Yeah, he got drafted the 18th round.
Safety special teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Trust me, I got that play saved. That he blocked. I forgot who he blocked. I think it was the Giants. He blocked that field on the punt and ran it back in for a touchdown. Same question you shot. Rodney Harris publicly called out Tony Dungy on live TV, saying you guys got it wrong. Is that fair criticism, or is Harrison oversimplifying the voting system? I got it that time.
Oh, you struggled with it though.
Farrell, my teeth got in the way. So yeah.
Yeah. You had to go 5 miles to get that one.
I got it. Go ahead, Sean.
Man, listen, I agree with Farrell. There's a way to do things, especially on TV in the climate that we're in.
Yeah.
There's a way to do things, remain professional, as well as show solidarity with something. And that is one of the biggest things I have with all these NFL alums. There's such a thing as some kind of loyalty to the sport and the authenticity of the sport in and of itself. And Rodney Harrison, in saying what he did, he knew what he was doing. He knew he was creating a narrative that's going to keep him in the news, keep talking.
Yeah.
He knew exactly what was going to happen when he said what he said. He didn't do that to be disrespectful to Tony Dungy. He did that for his own selfish reasons, because he knows he's going to have a debate to talk about something when people talk to him, and he's going to be talked about. It's not about the substance of what these people are saying anymore. It's about freaking daggone how many likes am I going to get? How many people are going to go ahead and roll with me so I can make a profit off of this daggone stupid ass shit that I just said. Period.
I got you. Because I just need a quick answer. Yes or no, or Tim Dahl. At least a minute. Okay, I'm gonna give you a minute and a half with your goddamn answer. All right.
Fuck you.
I'm
I
coming.
need more.
I'm coming
I'm just
first,
saying.
so I get you out the way. Should Hall of Fame voters like Dungy be required to explain their ballot publicly when a legendary figure like Belichick is snubbed? Yes or no?
No.
Oh, what you want to say? Go ahead.
No, because if you do it for him, you have to do it for everyone, and we know that's not gonna happen.
There it is. What you say, Pharaoh?
No, you don't have to explain anything. That's the reason you have. If that's the case, then everybody should have a. Just like when we choose a doggone Hall of Fame, the Pro Bowl or whatever the case is, put it out there so we can have a fan vote. Why don't you do that?
I got
But
you.
yeah,
I got you. Shot it.
I think it's bull crap because this goes along with everything that's going on in the country right now. They're trying to undermine normalcy and things that make sense to the regular, clear thinking person. And I think that a lot of people are bought into that. Just like with this MAGA thing, they're grifting off of people to get money. They're saying things that's controversial to get attention, and they're not looking at the facts of the case. And that's what's going on. That's the biggest problem in America right now. The truth and actually sticking to the point of what the rule was when we started and not moving the goalposts once the rule affects you.
All right. Before we go to our next question, I'm going to shout out Miss Elena looking at us on goddamn Instagram. Thank you for joining us tonight, Miss Elena. Make sure you tell your friends.
Yeah.
As well. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
I know you sent the question about Mendoza with the question mark. I didn't say nothing because I wanted to bring it up. I want to have this conversation because we moving into the draft. They say that he may be the number 1 draft pick, maybe going to the Raiders. And I wanted us to talk about it just a little bit.
Gates, obviously the discussion about Mendoza is an easy one. Is he ready to walk in and begin transforming a franchise from day one?
Yeah, Greeny, the discussion surrounding Fernando Mendoza is what neighborhood he's going to live in Las Vegas. Beyond that, everything else is fait accompli. But yes, he can transform an offense in Las Vegas because I think it's the ideal pairing along with Clint Kubiak, their new head coach. One of the comparisons, I know you know this, Greeny, that I've used for Mendoza during the fall has been Sam Darnold, who, of course, just won a Super Bowl with Clint Kubiak in Seattle. Hard play action quarterback, full field accuracy, functional mobility, all the traits that you see from Fernando Mendoza on tape this past season. He had 41 passing touchdowns. That was more than any other FBS quarterback and showed dramatic improvement in terms of pocket awareness. Took just 25 sacks this year, nearly half as many as he did the year prior.
Yeah, there are no questions about Mendoza as the number 1 pick. I would just very quickly throw it around this table because I think the second one is the more interesting one from Field. Very quickly throw it around. Is it the right thing to do for a franchise at the very bottom that has as many needs as they do to start with the quarterback?
Start with a quarterback. Here it is, Shada. Mendoza dominated at Indiana with a Heisman season and a 16-0 national championship run. How would that winning mindset translate to the NFL and turning around a 3-14 Raiders team?
First of all, the Raiders need to go ahead and make this decision with reality in check. My thing is, how many times have they went ahead and went for a quarterback and it didn't work out? Maybe it's time for you to change another lane. Mendoza's a good quarterback, but as we all have discussed on here all year long during this football season, it's not always about the quarterback. It could be about the coach, the system he's running, and so on and so forth. So before we all get excited about him winning the Heisman and the national championship and have the numbers to support it, when he gets to the Raiders, is he going to be going to a team where the coach is going to go ahead and build around him immediately to go ahead and make sure that he has the protection and able to make the calls that he made in college? That's the biggest thing. Sometimes a quarterback is not always the best daggone thing to go with, as we found out with Shedeur Sanders. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? A coach needs to look at, maybe I might not go ahead and pick this guy number 1. There's a more definitive spot that the longevity is longer, that we can invest long term in and build around. So I don't know their track record of drafting quarterbacks. I mean, they don't have a good record, so they might as well go ahead and leave him for somebody else.
Coming to you, Pharaoh. The reason why I'm gonna disagree with Shada, and Shada, great point. I'm gonna disagree with Shada is because when the Raiders drafted other quarterbacks, it was the head coach and them not coming in together. Kubiak And if they were to draft Mendoza, this would be Kubiak first year with the Raiders. It's not Pete Carroll, who already seen quarterbacks how to play the position. So both of the quarterback and the head coach will be coming in at the same time.
I
So
understand that, man on the street, and I'm
bro.
glad you said that. But that's what I'm using to solidify my point.
Okay.
It's a brand new coach that you having with a brand new quarterback coming out of college. Everybody we know from all the years know that the college game and the NFL game, the speeds are completely different.
Yeah.
So you got to deal with a
I
coach.
disagree with that.
I understand that the coach is coming in his first year. It's a lot for a coach to daggone control the whole team and pay attention to what the needs of the team at the same time. He's going to have a hell of a daggone team around him to bring that franchise back. That's
But we already know that he don't have the team. The offensive line is garbage. You got the running back because he's one of the best running backs, rookie running backs this year coming out of college. Farrell, like I was saying before, the head coach, and if they was to get Mendoza, they could grow together. Now we got our quarterback. Now I guess they could work on other parts of making the Raiders better. Your thoughts?
So one thing, I'm gonna disagree with the speed of the game. It's not the speed of the game; it's the awareness of the game, the knowledge of the game. We always said it: high school, 2 or 3 players, they get to college. Out of that college team, 2 or 3 players, they get to the pros. Pros has all the same 2 or 3 players from all the colleges on one team. So my awareness of where I need to be seems faster. Well, I'm still running the same, 4.3 that I ran in college. It's just that I know how to get there faster. I got 10 other people that know the same shit. That's what makes the NFL different. And with that being said, it's time for my man Mendoza to sit back and watch that, because Miami was giving him problems, and Mendoza was a 5-6 year quarterback.
Yeah.
Then you had their whole team was basically over 4 years. So if you can't translate your starting from Indiana to get to the NFL with Kubiak being just coming off this win from Seattle, it's not gonna. It's about the players that you put in place to make them successful. And the AFC West is a very challenging division now. Now is Kubiak going to put him out there and let him? He's not. Put it like this: he's not going to be Mendoza. Is not going to be a Bo Nix coming out there.
I got you.
Going to a decent team and you having 100,000 starts already under your belt.
Yeah. Because the Raiders offense is trash. Like my man,
right? It's trash, right?
My man said
so
trash.
If I'm looking to do anything, I got to get my first 5 personnel together.
Yeah,
but you protect that salary cap low. I think they have a 89, almost $90 million salary cap that they can work with. I go get some veteran people to come put that team together. Keep Geno, or if you going to get him, put him out.
No. Keep Geno for what?
Geno's not a bad quarterback. He had a bad system he worked with, and he ran for his life the whole time.
Yeah,
and he had no line.
I got to get Tim Dog in here. The reason why I understand everybody's saying that to get the quarterback, but Farrell, you made a great point with that. The offensive line, if you don't have a great offensive line to protect that quarterback, how long you gonna have that quarterback start in your system? And with Geno, with Geno, I understand you say keep Geno and invest in your offensive line, get some veterans. So when you do get the quarterback that you actually want, not saying that Mendoza is not the quarterback that they want, but we still got, I hate to call his name, but we still got what my man Manning still coming back. So he could be, I'm just saying, if they don't get Mendoza, if you work with the line, you get them to a situation. I'm not saying the Raiders probably have the number 1 draft. Yeah, they're gonna have the number 1 draft pick again next year. So you could get a better quarterback than Mendoza. That I'm just saying that but if they don't, Tim Dog, is Mendoza the quarterback for the Raiders to build their team around? Your thoughts?
Shaka said earlier that the Raiders haven't been good in drafting quarterbacks. Since 2000, they drafted 6 quarterbacks. Marquise Tassogo-Sopo, 2000. Andrew Walter, 2005. Jamarcus Russell, the bus,
number 1.
07. Yep. Derek Carr, 2014. Connor Cook, and Aiden O'Connell, 2023.
Can I ask you this, Tim Dog? Because you say that, oh boy, is he a bust? Is he really no, I'm just saying, is he really a bust because he got to the highest level of professional football?
Who?
Yeah, but he couldn't handle the pressure.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, if you make it to the highest level of your profession, are you really a bust?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Because for one, he couldn't prove himself in the NFL because he came in overweight.
I know we went off point, Tim. I'm just saying. I know we went off point, but I'm just saying, if you make it to the highest level of your profession and you don't pan out the way that people expect you to pan out, are you considered a bust? Because you got to the highest level.
Johnny Manziel.
I'm just saying the NFL is the highest level of professional football.
You're mixing oranges.
You make it there. Are you considered a bust?
Yeah. Because if you make it there and you don't do anything with it.
Yeah, I think that's more so the action involved. Like you're supposed to be the person that takes somebody somewhere. Ryan Leaf being one of those people.
Yeah.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah. You know, so it's a bust because we drafted you and we wasted my money on you. That's a bust.
So make sure I got this. You're not a bust because you got to the highest level.
No.
You're a bust because you didn't
perform at that level.
We thought you was going. Okay.
You didn't perform at that
advertised.
You got to the level, but you didn't perform at that level.
False advertised. There you go, Shada.
Okay.
I like that.
I mean, Tim Dog, back to you, man. Finish your statement because I just wanted to get the definition. Go ahead, Tim Dog.
No, that being said, their history with quarterbacks haven't been good. Maybe because the offensive line or whatever, but their best.
Okay, put that on my
draft pick was Max Crosby, and that was in 2017. And he's talking about he wants to lead the Raiders. So, I mean, if you're going to bring a good quarterback into a system where you have a new coach, you got to bring in a culture of good football, a locker room where everyone is on the same page, regardless of how much playing time. In other words, they want to play for this coach. They want to do for this coach. And there are a lot of teams out there who have that system. They just may not have the players. And sometimes you need a lot more than that. And like Shada said, if they don't need the quarterback, then why draft one? Because they have a better chance of getting a good one next season. Next year.
Yeah, and I'm gonna close it out, man. You never know. What's my man name from Texas, man? Manning. What's his first name?
Arch
Manning. We never know. You may pass on a person like Mendoza, thinking that you could get a person like Arch Manning, but like y'all said, you may end up with a Ryan Leaf. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying
it's a risk.
It's a risk with the draft because that's why they call it a draft. That's why the Spors team get the number 1 pick to try to get the best player. Yeah, so we don't know. I think that if they do get him, that first year you got your running back already, you get your quarterback. Now, next year, we're not going to be good, but now I can work on that offensive line to get us to be competitive. That's just my way of thinking because I see what Mendoza did. I seen how Arch Manning did, and the chance of us getting Arch Manning is slim to none because there's more sorry teams out there than there are good teams because the Jets are garbage. You know what I'm saying? So they could be, I'm just saying, what the Giants, they're still rebuilding. So it's just the fact to me that the pass on Mendoza would be a shot in the foot. Farrell, am I wrong thinking that way?
I don't know, man.
It's a crapshoot, so you don't know what you're doing.
I don't know, man. It's like Joe said, man. The Raiders and the Bears, have been putting rookies on the field and have them run for their damn lives, man. Yeah. So, and then you criticize the quarterbacks for running for their fucking life. Yeah.
Yeah, but Caleb seemed to be doing all right.
Well, like Shawty said, he'd rather saw him in the Super Bowl than what we saw last weekend. So
exactly. Fellas, man, good conversation.
Without the fingernail polish.
Good conversation, man. Always, ladies and gentlemen. Hope y'all was entertained with that. But now it's time for a main man shout out. Oh, somebody, Joe heard what you say. What Joe say? Joe say Russell been an NFL QB equivalent of Trump. Neither was qualified.
Lord have mercy, Joe.
Damn, Joe, that's some cold shit right there, boy.
Yeah, Joe, he's been really 2026. He's been kind of ordinary. You know what I'm saying?
Joe, you saying that, Joe, for you saying that bullshit right there, Joe, I got to give you.
You fucking crazy, man. You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
Because I would give Russell Wilson, not Russell Wilson, but I give Russell a little bit more credit than bitch ass Trump. At least he played the position. Trump just playing president. Shit.
Celebrity in chief.
Celebrity in chief.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's it for our conversation tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But a main man Shotta got something for you with what today in sports. Shotta, what you got for us this week, my brother?
Yo, I didn't even realize this until I looked it up. Your boy Willie Mays, back in the day, became the first executive for in baseball. Outfielder Willie Mays signs baseball highest contract for $130,000 per year in 1966 with the San Francisco Giants. So that's two things. Last week, I brought y'all some information that we didn't know, and I honestly did not know this as well. He is Willie Mays, along with all his great attributes, working in civil rights as well as in baseball. He became the first African-American to sign the highest contract at $130,000 per year in 1966. Shout out to Willie Mays.
For today in sports, Shotta came with some heat again this week. Pharaoh King, I got your weird sport, but I didn't forget about you, but I found something better, I think. Pharaoh King, man. What's your favorite pastime that you like to do?
Oh my God!
You always say You always say if you get some money, what would you go buy? What would you go buy right now?
Here, man. Don't embarrass me today.
No. Pharaoh always say if he has some money, what would you go buy right now?
Some River Rocks in a jersey for $10.
Besides the River Rocks in the jersey, I'm being serious. If you had money right now because you had to sell your favorite thing. If you had the money right now, what would you go buy?
Cadillac.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the club. Come on, join the club.
Hold on, Pharaoh. I'm about to give you.
Nigga, you crazy.
Hold on.
Negro, please.
Pharaoh King. One more time, Pharaoh. Hold on. I'm giving Pharaoh King the answer to the goddamn test that he's failing every goddamn time. Listen to what I say, Pharaoh. You had to sell yours. But if you was to come into some money right now, what would you go buy? God damn it, boy. This nigga
motorcycle, man.
God damn it, boy. I had to leave this motherfucker the water.
Hey, sometimes that water ain't good to drink. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know that's right. It's contaminated.
Yeah, you might get that Montezuma's revenge.
Okay. Thank you for that, Pharaoh. Shotta, you from Jamaica. What is the number one sport in Jamaica?
Soccer.
Oh my goodness, Shotta right on time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we bring you all type of weird.
Yeah, you better not put this shit together.
Yeah.
Oh, he sure did. That's what it sounds like.
He done brought you some great goddamn River Rock. Well, y'all already Pharaoh already gave it away. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Moto Ball. It's more of a dirt bike. But Pharaoh King, what do you think of motorbike?
Mini bike.
I hope that place has some good ventilation because that exhaust will kill somebody.
Yeah. You see all the doors are open.
I was thinking the same joint.
See all the doors are open.
You know what I remind me of? That floor looks exactly like the floor in the bumper cars thing when we get in there.
Yeah, it was like a bumper car fit.
Yeah.
So my thing is, why they have everybody on the bikes doing the ball, and then the goalkeeper get to run around? I don't understand that. He should be on a bike too.
But you
Don't
can't
feel like, don't feel like he's at the disadvantage?
No, it don't matter. No disadvantage. Everybody's on a bike. He should be on a bike too.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I should have him on a scooter. It would have been better if he was on a scooter.
My question is, does the bikes have a certain amount of miles per hour they can go?
I don't think so.
Oh, they ain't going that fast.
Okay, I'm just checking. I'm just wanting to know because if I kick the ball and the ball go too fast,
like a lot of effort for nothing.
I don't want my CCs to fail me.
What you say? What you say?
It seems like a lot of effort for nothing. That's a big ass ball. It looked like they was kicking a soccer beach ball. That's what it looked like.
Tim, though, what you think of motorball, man?
Man, them some little ass bikes. That's why the ball looked big because it was some little ass.
Those are Cubs. They're called Cubs.
I need to know what country this was in.
Hey, I'm gonna say this, man. And people don't shoot me, but that's some white man shit. Who the fuck think of some shit like that?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Don't think of no shit like that.
Now, the first thing that popped in my mind when I saw it was,
oh
this is what happens when you get a group of little white boys together and they're in the neighborhood and they're building a house and they have all that dirt and they just have nothing else to do. They just go out there.
In Baltimore, we look for what this place is, and then they steal their bikes.
I would say this, man. There's some things when I say, excuse me, I don't like to say the N word, but I done seen some shit, and I be saying, man, that's some nigga shit right there.
This ain't.
We all done seen some shit, man. That's some nigga shit right there. But man, this is a white man.
Big Bill don't feel that way.
This is white man shit right here. But there, that is our weird sport of the week. Oh man, we done brought you a lot of great ones.
Yeah, that's weird shit.
That's a weird shit. We done brought you a lot of great ones. We try to bring you sports that you could do. If you could ride a bike and kick a ball, motor ball. If you got an ironing board, get on top of your roof, extreme ironing.
I don't think my wrist can take the daggone clutch work.
That's right. If you got some river rocks, go down to your favorite pond. And to be a professional, Pharaoh, what does it cost you?
Well, I was going to put my money into it until I saw that. So $10 for the jersey. $10 for the jersey. And you get the free rocks.
He said, I was going to put my money there until I saw this. Yeah, this I got to do.
Yeah.
You stupid, boy. Dumb as hell, boy.
But ladies and gentlemen, that is our weird sport of the week. But now it's time for my man Pharaoh King with his trivia question of shit. I need to change from the week. I need to change the way I bring it back. Your session is my main man Pharaoh King with his trivia question.
Never a dull moment. Never a dull moment.
Pharaoh, I see you with you done got into the groove. You tap into the music every day.
Every time we come on.
So the football season is over. This is going to be our last NFL or football question for the year until the season start up again. So here we go.
You got SARS?
Oh, really sad. Let's say Reggie White.
That's a good one. I'm going with Lawrence Taylor.
I'm going with Charles Mann.
Oh, that's a good one too. Oh, that's a good one. I'm going with LT, man.
I picked LT as well.
Yeah, I'm going LT. I know. Yeah.
Charles Mann.
Damn, but that Reggie White one is a good one too, though. God damn. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with what I got, man.
Where's Joe at?
Joe, what you got, Joe? Joe still on. What you got, Joe?
Reggie
Joe
White. Yes,
Joe
he
Reggie
went
White.
with Reggie too.
What's the
Here
answer
we
there?
go.
God damn it, Reggie White.
Hey, I just want you to know, man, on the street, I picked that since your damn cousin always talking shit, and it was an eagle sacking on bitch ass Cowboys.
Yeah, but I didn't pick. I went with LT, with
You
who
know,
I
it
think
don't
is the
matter.
greatest.
I knew that Reggie White whipped his ass, so
Yeah, I went with Reggie White, not Reggie White, but Lawrence Taylor, because Lawrence Taylor, I always say, even though he's a Trump supporter, I still think he's the best.
Lawrence Taylor ain't no damn Trump supporter. Lawrence Taylor's the
Yeah.
supporter who took him out of jail.
No, I'm just saying. But Lawrence Taylor will tell you when they talk about who's the best defensive player ever. He always say that his name comes up, but he said the best defensive player he ever seen is Reggie White. He even said that. He said Reggie White is his best defensive player of all time. So, damn. Well, I'm gonna give myself a half a point because the Eagles are my team. So I'm gonna give myself a half a point.
You can give yourself a half a point, don't mean it count.
Shit, it count for me. I'm not keeping it on.
Anything to keep your motivation up, Pippin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
Eyes and all.
You know, this is the time of the year, man. We get sad though after football, man.
Oh, it's
hard to watch the other day.
Listen to me. I need medicine.
Oh, God.
It's a long off season.
we got the USFL coming up.
Hey,
Yeah,
man,
I'm
shut up.
gonna Tim Dog, I'm gonna let you shine. Tim Dog, I'm gonna let you shine tonight. I'm gonna give you a little shine tonight. But fellas, before we go, I want a quick answer from each one of y'all. Farrell, what do your team need to do to be competitive next year and hopefully get to the playoff and go to the Super Bowl?
Oh, Lord have mercy. Where do I begin?
Make it short.
Coach, defensive players that are under 35. A new stadium. I think a new stadium with new culture. And geez. Yeah, that's about it.
All right.
New stadium, new culture.
Shot
Damn.
I'm telling you, man.
Same question. What do your team have to do to either get to the playoff and eventually make it to the Super Bowl and win?
Stop putting your money on Baker Mayfield. He ain't gonna win you nothing. Nothing.
Okay, then. Goddamn, Shada. Thank you. Tim Dog, what you got?
Keep Lamar Jackson healthy, and hopefully the offensive coordinator is going to use all of his skills instead of just one.
Yeah, and I would say for my Eagles, man, you know, the offensive play caller got to get better. Defense, hey, keep the plays that you got, and of course, man, Saquon Barkley, don't go golfing with bitch ass Trump.
Fact.
That's
It
goddamn Trump.
was a sin.
One more.
It was a sin, and he has to pay the consequences.
What was that?
AJ Brown, stop whining.
Stop whining.
Oh,
yeah.
And start catching. Stop whining and start catching.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. My man Tim Dog, you don't get the chance to shine because he bring up some bullshit. But I'm gonna see what he got tonight. If he brings some bullshit tonight, he will never have another segment on our sports channel. So Tim Dog, you better come correct.
Boy.
Because this is your last time to shine.
Boy.
You bring some bullshit tonight.
I want to hear nothing about no crickets, worms, or daggone birds. None of that.
Only time you have some time to shine will be on 2 cigars on a blunt. Here you go, Tim Dog. Where the fuck did you get that from? What you got for us tonight, Tim Dog?
I'm ready. Mom's
Hey, what I got for y'all tonight, this is all about the kids and about animated movies. And animated movies have gone through a change in the last couple of years, whereas they're becoming more, instead of just kid friendly, but adult friendly as well. Disney and Pixar, they have the highest grossing amount of movies, but Inside Out 2 and Zootopia, and Disney also coming out with live versions of their classics like not Pinocchio, the one with the genie,
Aladdin.
thank you, Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast and a couple of Cinderella that they bring into live versions for not just the kids but the family. And right now, there's a movie out by DreamWorks called Goat, and it's about the underdog trying to win in the big games. That being said, just because it's animated and it's new doesn't mean that it's not just for the kids. Like I said, animated movies are becoming more and more adult friendly. Even some are just for adults only. So if you have the chance, and it's not embarrassing. Watch an animated cartoon. My favorite one is the Sausage Party. That's adults only.
Of course it would be.
Yeah, because you got a small sausage. Because that was the main character of the movie. Shit.
No, that's an oxymoron. No. Sausage is trying to get in that bun and keep warm. That's
because you got a small sausage. Because you try to get in the bun, you got a small sausage because that's all you could get. Right in the middle of that bun. You got a small sausage. It's all right, Tim Dog. You the one that brought it up about your favorite movie.
I didn't say small. I ain't say nothing about small sausage. I talk about animated movies and a movie called Sausage Party because it's all
the movies, Tim Dog. I'm gonna give you. I'm glad you brought up
That's
a good
what you
subject.
picked.
All the goddamn movies, Tim Dog.
Attack on Titan.
All the movies you bring a sausage party with a little small sausage. Joe, I see what you're saying. Joe say the Falcons need a coach, OC, a QB to be competitive. It's going to be a long season next year for the Falcons.
Damn,
and the
they might as well just get a new owner.
A quick thing on that with the Falcons. They say they're going to release your ex-quarterback Pharaoh. What's my man's name? Kirk Cousins. Your thoughts on that quick?
Hey.
Okay, all right. Tim Dog.
As long as Washington will get him back, we good.
All right then, Shouter. Any thoughts on that?
Man, this dude got his daggone money. Just go ahead and make underwear commercials, dog. You done.
I got you. With that, my main man.
You like that commercial? You like that? That's the commercial you make.
With that, ladies and gentlemen.
Ever since he left Washington, I'm sorry, I'm saying ever since Kirk Cousins left Washington, it's all about the money.
No, he did good at Minnesota though.
The only time was when he was in Minnesota for what, 2 seasons? That was it.
Yeah.
Paid him all that money.
I got you. I got shit. It's all about the money. And with that being said, my main man, shout out. What you got for the people before we go? And make sure you shout out your social media so the people can follow you as well, my brother.
Yo, we don't have much for the people them today now, but I know that growing up in Jamaica, we have a thing in Jamaica that you don't mess with little children or pitney. And in Jamaica, we call them pitney. You don't mess with nobody pitney them. I mean, I tell you something like this. We love football and all them something there, but I want to make sure everybody understand. If you touch somebody's little child in an inappropriate way, you're a criminal. You understand? If you're dead, murderation. You know, if you touch children, a lie. Then people there in the White House and all them something, they talk about them, I touch children and protect. Yo, if you're a pedophile, if you're dead, man, if you're dead, done with that. You see the social down there. So follow me on Love One Love Social Blue Sky. Shout out Yahoo. You practice with a picnic.
Just to elaborate off of that, I was watching a couple. I don't know if you know that one white dude that debates these conservative. I forget his name. He's a young white dude. He had his history, but he's changed his life a little bit.
Yeah, he's on. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, there's a guy that came on there talking about sexual assault for little kids. He goes, "What is that? Explain that to me." And the guy was like, "What?" Like, because we talking about Trump and shit. Like, he was so adamant about supporting Trump. He wanted to know the definition of sexual assault was that why Donald Trump should not have these felonies or whatever the case is.
Yeah,
man. Like Shada said, man, you touch a kid, I'm gonna kill you. I'll go to jail. You ain't gonna make it.
My main man.
Oh, in China just said that pedophiles want to get the death penalty.
Yep.
Thank you.
My main man, Tim Dog. What you got for the people before we go, my brother? Make sure you shout out your social media so the people can follow you as well, my brother.
For you gentlemen who like the spring and the summer because women start to wear less and less, make sure you tell your wife that you're looking, because if not, she catch you. Your ass won't be looking no more. Instagram, Father's Love 99. It's all about me and my grandson.
the hell was that? Was this a confession? What the hell was
Man,
going on?
I got 25 years of experience.
Hey, I like the sundresses. You ain't gonna take the sundresses away from me. You ain't doing that. I'm sorry.
I got 25 years of experience. They look in the opposite direction.
No, sir.
The main man, Pharaoh King, man. What you got for the people before we go, my brother? Make sure you shout out your social media so the people can follow you as well.
Well, mine's just little health information. King Ryan, Facebook, Ryan Pharaoh _71. Excuse my voice today, a little under the weather. But remember, you can't move your manhood without tightening your butthole.
He's stupid.
That's all I got.
Man, I don't understand why do we keep doing this? Why are we allowing him to do this?
Stop social media, my brother.
You did it.
Hey, take me off the big screen, man.
Did he already start his social media?
Yeah, he did.
I did it first.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Man.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't hear it, man. Okay, my bad.
First of all, I want to know what's going on with YouTube. What the hell?
Yeah, I want to know what's going on in his household.
What's going on? What the heck is going on here?
Hey, man. Hey, when I went to work, man, about the horse thing, man, them jokers at work was killing it. I was like, my God. I just need y'all to know this stuff, man. It's just useless information.
That's right. You never know. You might find yourself in a situation.
That's
and of course, ladies and gentlemen, you can always find me, the man on the street, at the Man on the Street show on YouTube. Man, I be dropping videos like hotcakes. I'm gonna thank everybody that was checking me out. Got a bunch of subscribers off of my last couple of videos. Thank you. A lot of comments. Hey, thank you for interacting with me. Yeah, thank you. Everybody that's sharing, thank you, King. Hey, Pharaoh, everybody that's sharing my videos, everybody that's commenting, I want to thank you. Make me get better. If you see something that I could do better, let me know. Hey, I can take criticism. You can also catch me at Creative Kansas Expression. I keep saying it, but I ain't put shit on there in about 3 months. But I need to start doing some shit because I keep shouting them out. Shit. Catch me on Creative Kansas Expression. That's my AI channel. All I do is tell AI what I wanted to do. AI does it, and I put it up. But make sure you come check us out on this Friday night at, goddamn it, 8 o'clock for 2 cigars and a blunt. Oh my goodness. We talk about politics, news, and entertainment, and we do that very well. But you want to stick around for the after show we call Asked Out. That's when everybody gets a chance to talk about what they want to talk about. Like like Tim Dawg famously said, when usually we go straight, we'll make a right turn. But when we make that left, we're going to drive that bitch right off the goddamn cliff. Then you want to make sure you come back next Wednesday night. Now the football is gone. Shit, we got to find other shit to talk about on the Better Than Sex Sports podcast. But we will, and trust me, you're going to be entertained. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Man on the Street.
This is Pharaoh King. Only one man lost the Super Bowl bet, and that was Shada. So he owes us.
Hey, no, Pharaoh, there was something you wanted to bring up, and I say remind me that you wanted to talk about.
Damn, man, I forgot that shit.
No, it was about
it was about I know what it is. It's about the Super Bowl playing in California. And
the taxi.
Talk about that quick, like, man, before we go.
Yeah, so they said that Sam Darnold, I mean, all the players got $178,000 to go play the Super Bowl in California. But they have to pay $70,000 to go to the Super Bowl.
They call it
basically they're not getting any money for playing.
Wait a minute, I gotta pay to go play in a game that I daggone won.
Yeah, I was reading about it. Yeah, they got to go pay to play there, man.
The way it works is they say the way it works is that if you're there, they call it the jock tax.
Yeah, the jock tax.
They said if you're there for more than 7 days, they could tax you that money that they're taxing those players. So of course the Super Bowl
any day.
Oh, any day. Okay,
it's a Super Day because he plays twice during the year.
True. Yeah.
Well, he plays that once during the year, and whatever the case is. So every time they go down to California, they dock their salary money as a jock tax for playing in the state.
Yeah.
Oh, California getting over on that.
Yeah, they're getting over. Thank you for that, Pharaoh, man. People didn't know that. That's what I say. If you didn't know, that's what we're here for. We try to bring you information that you may not know. That's why we're here as well.
Shout out. Like, what the fuck?
That's right.
Like, it don't pay to play. You know what I'm saying? Especially the Super Bowl.
All right, Tim Dawg, it's on you. Tim Dawg from where?
Oh man, Tim Dog from Be More Careful. Men screw with dicks, women screws with minds.
That man, that's worse than my shit, man.
I just want to. Good night. Thank you for coming out.
This motherfucker just hurt my damn head.
Thank
With
you
that,
for
ladies
coming
and
out.
gentlemen, have a good night. Be safe out there. Make sure y'all come check us out this Friday night at 8 o'clock for Two Cigarettes and a Black. And we'll see you then. And this time I got the right intro or the right outro. I got the right outro.
Oh my God.
Yeah,